Chapter 184. 6 o'clock p.m. Fong Ping and the others did not see Huang Jing, but Bai Ruoshi rushed over. As soon as they arrived at the hotel, Bai Ruoshi held a small meeting. The dean has arrived, but he has gone to the governor's office. He should be going to the scene with the governor of Nanjiang. The headmaster did not say who would win or lose. In fact, the outcome was up to him. Martial artists could only win. I'm giving you a chance now to spar with your peers, who will give you a fair chance when you go to the catacombs in the future. Therefore, everyone should cherish this kind of competition, which is based on comparing notes. Everyone nodded. Fong Ping nodded too. After nodding, he asked, "Teacher, have you brought the medicinal pills that the school gave?" Bai Ruoshi couldn't help but laugh. No wonder Teacher Tang said, "Teacher, it's not that I don't respect Teacher Tang and slander him, but I'm just being petty." "Teacher, is Teacher Tang married?" "Ah, don't tell me he's not married yet," Fong Ping said in surprise. "If that's the case, then it's understandable that he has a bad temper." "Nonsense." Bai Ruoshi burst into laughter. "Teacher Tang's daughter is about to enter university." "He has a daughter?" Fong Ping said in shock. "He doesn't seem like a fatherly person at all." "All right, don't talk nonsense. If Teacher Tang finds out, he might come after you." Bai Ruoshi laughed again. Among the teachers, Bai Ruoshi's temperament was considered gentle. She would not get angry even if she was joking. After joking around for a while, Bai Ruoshi returned to the topic at hand. "I brought the pills for you. However, Fong Ping, I'd like to remind you not to take too many pills just because you have a strong constitution. If you do this, it will be easy for you to become dependent on others. You won't be able to grasp your own battle techniques well enough, and you won't be able to understand them well enough. It was not a good thing to cultivate one's qi and blood usage and battle awareness. If one day you ran out of pills, how would you deal with the crisis? What you should learn is to improve your own strength and learn how to use the smallest price to obtain the greatest results. Your vitality is already higher than that of an ordinary person. Under such circumstances, if you can't suppress someone of the same level as you, it means that you're not as strong as you think you are. Some martial artists could fight against 10 martial artists at the same level as them. How could they do this without quickly recovering their vitality? All of this is something you need to think about." Fong Ping nodded seriously. It made sense and was worth pondering. "But if I don't make it seem like a waste, the school won't let me take advantage of it." Knowing that Chen Yunxi was about to go on stage, Bai Ruoshi chuckled and said, "Fight well and show your strength." "Yes, I will definitely perform well." Chen Yunxi nodded solemnly. She felt wronged again. If she did not perform well, she would really become a logistics member. Fong Ping did not take advantage of the pills given by the school. He received 1 rank 2 vitality pill and 4 rank 1 vitality pills. His wealth had also increased to 7 million. He had been honing his bones to the peak for the past few days, so he did not spend too much. It's enough to replenish 7,000 calories vitality. Fong Ping calculated for a while. 7 million wealth was more than enough to handle a few matches. He did not have to worry about not having enough vitality. The most important thing was that he didn't need to take any medicinal pills when he went on stage. This kind of competition in public was actually very troublesome, especially when there were powerhouses watching. Fong Ping had to consume pills to show that he was relying on pills to recover his vitality. Most of these pills would be wasted if they were used. No matter how rich he was, he shouldn't waste it like this. At 6:30, everyone departed from the hotel and headed for Nanjiang Martial Arts University, which was not far away. Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Wang Jinyang and a few of the school's instructors stood at the main entrance. Seeing Fong Ping and the others, Wang Jinyang nodded slightly and looked at Bai Ruoshi with a smile. "Instructor Bai, I didn't expect you to come. Our dean is here too. He should be with Governor General Zhang and the others." Bai Ruoshi smiled and exchanged a few pleasantries. Her attitude toward the NMU instructors beside her was average. The few NMU instructors seemed to be following Wang Jinyang's lead. NMU's instructors started at rank 3. Rank 4 was considered a mainstay, rank 5 was extremely rare, and rank 6 were all school leaders. Wang Jinyang's strength was outstanding even among the instructors. Add to that his status as the president of the Martial Arts Society and the few instructors who came with him, and their social status was not even as high as Wang Jinyang's. Fong Ping was a little envious. This was life. Unlike himself, who was picked on by Big Lion every day. One day, Big Lion would be like these instructors and bow down to him. That would be one of life's greatest joys. Wang Jinyang and Bai Ruoshi exchanged a few pleasantries. Then, as they walked, he said, "The 5 NMAU students this time are all top-notch in NMAU. Fong Ping, don't be careless. I want to see an evenly matched opponent, not a crushing defeat. I'm talking about NMAU crushing you like a crushing defeat. That won't happen. I hope so." Wang Jinyang did not say much. He led them all the way to the Martial Arts Society. NMAU was not as big as MCMAU. The Martial Arts Society was not as extravagant as MCMAU, occupying hundreds of acres of land. However, NMAU's Martial Arts Society was not small. The venue for the championship this time was not indoors, but outdoors. A temporary arena had been built on the lawn in front of the Martial Arts Society building. There were no seats arranged around it. According to Wang Jinyang, when martial artists went up to the arena to fight, it was a disgrace for those below to sit and watch. If they could not even stand and watch, then they might as well not be martial artists anymore. Whoever complained would be kicked out. That was why when Fong Ping and the others arrived, they saw thousands of students standing around the lawn. It was a dense mass of people, but it was full of vigor. When they saw Fong Ping and the others, the NMAU students became a little noisy. Many people were pointing and gossiping before they could finish. Wang Jinyang suddenly shouted, "Shut up, all of you! The weak have no right to tell the strong what to do. MCMAU's new students are challenging 4 or 5 peak rank, 2 martial artists from NMAU's Big 3. It's not a fair competition. If NMAU loses this time, all martial artists will have to exchange their credits for pills increased by 5%. All aspiring martial artists who have not entered the martial artist realm by the end of their sophomore year will be expelled. NMAU is a martial arts university, not a place for you to pass your days. In the past, there were aspiring martial artists who graduated as NMAU graduates. This is NMAU's disgrace, not a demonstration of NMAU's tolerance." The crowd suddenly became noisy. Someone said indignantly, "We didn't even fight. What does losing have to do with us?" As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Jinyang's gaze suddenly swept toward him. "You step out." Everyone looked at the student who had just spoken. That person's expression changed. After a while, he slowly walked out and gathered his courage to ask, "President Wang, did I say something wrong? You can leave NMAU." "Leave? NMAU?" "Yes, you're expelled." Fong Ping and the others were stunned. What was going on? The student who had just stepped out was also stunned. Then he said angrily, "Wang Jinyang, what right do you have to expel me?" Wang Jinyang did not answer. He glanced at the others and said coldly, "As a member of NMAU, you don't have any sense of collective honor or shame. You always think that it has nothing to do with you. There are benefits, but they don't give them to you. You complain that the school is unfair. Has anyone ever thought, why? Because you got into NMAU? Because you don't think about improving? Because you want to become martial artists one day and ride roughshod over others? What are martial artists? Martial artists are not your passport to the privileged class. Martial artists are a group of brave people struggling on the edge of death. I was at NMAU and didn't see any of this." As soon as he finished speaking, the crowd outside suddenly dispersed. A few powerhouses with majestic auras walked over. The leader was a white-haired old man. The old man didn't say anything, but a middle-aged man on his right said in a clear voice, "Wang Jinyang is right. What does losing have to do with you? Then if one day Sino Nation is defeated in a war, all the powerhouses are dead, and you are enslaved, will you make the same declaration? It's all the powerhouses' fault. Why should we bear all of this? NMAU or Nanjiang doesn't need martial artists like this. If you're not convinced, you can go on stage. If you think that the people on stage can't represent you, then you can go on stage and fight." Everyone fell silent because they recognized who the other person was. Nanjiang's governor, Zhang Dingnan. Whether Zhang Dingnan had this name from the beginning or changed it later, no one knew. They only knew that ever since Zhang Dingnan broke through to Grandmaster, he had started meddling in various affairs, including those of martial arts universities. Moreover, he did it with iron and blood. His words clearly meant that Wang Jinyang's previous words would be taken seriously. Even the NMU vice-chancellor, the old man, did not say anything. The others did not speak. Wang Jinyang bowed slightly to the grandmasters, then looked at Fang Ping and the others. "Sorry for the inconvenience." Bai Ruoshi smiled faintly. "It's all right. Everything about NMU has inspired us. Then I won't waste everyone's time." Having said that, Wang Jinyang looked at the team standing below the stage and said loudly, "Today, you represent NMU, Nanjiang. You're all peak rank 2 martial artists, and your opponents have just entered rank 2 not long ago. If you win, it's not worth celebrating. If you lose, it means that NMU's teaching method is wrong. The school is not a gentle place. If you lose today, I'll suggest to the school to eliminate 90% of the students, concentrate resources, and cultivate a group of elites who dare and can fight." His words caused another round of whispered discussion. Wang Jinyang did not care about them. He looked at Fang Ping and the others and said, "This is not a public competition. The order of battle is up to you. The winner stays, and the loser leaves. The last one who remains on the stage wins." Fang Ping raised his eyebrows slightly. This was much more unruly and casual. On the other side, the Grandmaster powerhouses did not speak either. They walked to the side of the stage. Everyone stood and watched. There was no rostrum or seats prepared for them. A competition venue like this was very simple and crude. It was even worse than the underground boxing market. However, this simple venue welcomed 3 Grandmaster powerhouses to watch the battle. Wang Jinyang acted as the referee and said again, "NMU is the home ground. NMU will send one person up first." Below the stage, a few young people looked at each other. Soon, a martial artist holding a long spear walked up the stage. "Nanjiang Martial Arts University, School of Weaponry, Year 3 student Chen Pengfei, peak rank 2. Mission points, 3rd in NMU rank 2. Fang Ping looked slightly confused. Bai Ruoshi explained in a low voice, "NMU doesn't have many missions. The number of missions you complete also means the number of times you've fought and the strength of your combat ability. NMU has mission points for completing a mission once. 3rd in rank 2 means that among rank 2 martial artists, he's done many missions and has ample experience fighting martial artists." Fang Ping nodded, indicating that he understood. The NMU martial artists obviously understood this better. When they saw that Chen Pengfei was the first to go up the stage, they also felt that Chen Pengfei was enough to represent NMU's peak rank 2 standard. He glanced at Fu Changding and the others. Fu Changding said eagerly, "Let me go. I use a spear too." However, Fang Ping did not look at him. He looked at Zhao Lei and said, "You go." "Me? The first battle must be fought beautifully. You blame me for not giving you a chance during the championship. This time, I'll give you a chance. Zhao Lei, if you lose, you'll embarrass MCMAU and me. From now on, I'll beat you up every time I see you." Zhao Lei's expression darkened. He did not say anything else. He walked straight to the stage. Once he got on the stage, he said loudly, "Magic City Martial Arts University, School of Weaponry freshman Zhao Lei, early stage rank 2. Those who had not finished honing their 3 limbs were all early stage rank 2. Other than Fang Ping, the rest of MCMU's people were all early stage rank 2 martial artists." "Can he win?" Fu Changding whispered. Fang Ping said mildly, "It doesn't matter. If he loses, there's still me. You guys do as you see fit." The few of them looked unhappy, but they did not ask any more questions. On the stage, the battle had already begun. On the stage, the moment the battle began, Chen Pengfei displayed the strength of a martial arts university elite rank 2. When the long spear struck, the faint sound of a tiger's roar could be heard. Zhao Lei moved like a fleeing rabbit. His toes touched the ground, and he was as swift as a tiger. In an instant, he approached Chen Pengfei in a curved angle. Chen Pengfei's reaction was extremely fast. Before he could thrust his spear forward, it was immediately retracted. The spear trembled, and the middle of the spear began to bend. In the next moment, the long spear seemed to transform into a long whip, curling toward Zhao Lei's neck at an alarming angle. Fang Ping stared at it for a while, then raised his eyebrows. It's not easy to train a long spear to this extent. In many people's eyes, a spear was not a weapon suitable for close combat. The spear was too long, and when the opponent closed the distance, the weapon's power could not be displayed. However, Chen Pengfei did not care about this at all. When Zhao Lei closed in, his long spear moved at will, bending and bending at will. This way, it was no more troublesome than a saber or a sword. Fu Changding's expression was slightly solemn. They say that a long spear is like a dragon. A dragon can be big or small, stretch or bend. It's very powerful. As the two of them were talking, Wang Jinyang walked over, frowning. Flashy, but impractical. Weapons are only used to kill enemies. So what if you can bend it? Has its power increased? Since long spears are afraid of close combat, then don't give the opponent a chance to get close. If you have the ability to bend, why not increase the speed of the spear? Moreover, spear users aim straight at the target. If you can't do that, then you might as well train with short weapons. Fang Ping and the others were speechless at his words. It did not seem to be wrong. Wang Jinyang watched the fight on the stage and frowned. There's still a gap. Zhao Lei might not win. Fang Ping, you go later. You have to be fast, ruthless, and quickly defeat the remaining four. Only then can I reform NMAU with my heart. Fang Ping was dumbfounded. What's going on? You're already commanding MCMAU's team. You're playing dirty. Fu Changding and the others were also speechless. What about us? Wang Jinyang coughed softly. There are plenty of opportunities for you to train. This time, it's not for you to train. I hope you can help me speed up the reform. Don't worry, the pills I promised will be delivered. Fang Ping thought for a while. The leaders of NMAU don't have any objections? Those who do have objections will be sent to other catacombs for missions. Wang Jinyang said casually. Fang Ping was speechless. Mother asterisk her. Old Wang was acting like NMAU's boss now. Did NMAU have to do this? He cursed silently, but he was more envious. When can I be the boss of MCMAU? All right, but to be honest, I'm not very confident. Just try your best. As the two of them were talking, the situation on the stage changed. Chen Pengfei thrust his spear. Zhao Lei stepped on the tip of his feet and leaped into the air, dodging the spear. In the next moment, Chen Pengfei seemed to think that this was an opportunity. The spear did not thrust at Zhao Lei, but at the void beside him. Fang Ping saw something. Chen Pengfei had a lot of combat experience. This spear was a prediction. He predicted the timing and position of Zhao Lei's fall. At that time, Zhao Lei lacked the necessary counterattack. This kind of prediction and timing was difficult for most martial artists to grasp accurately. Chen Pengfei was obviously not one of them. When his opponent thrust his spear, even Wang Jinyang nodded slightly. However, in the next moment, just as Zhao Lei was about to fall, if he fell according to inertia, he would probably be pierced by the spear. Zhao Lei suddenly moved. Zhao Lei's left foot stepped on empty air. His body rose a little, then he took a step forward with his right foot, stepping on the tip of Chen Pengfei's spear. Chen Pengfei thrust his spear with all his might. The tip of the spear bent slightly from the step. Zhao Lei used the force to leap forward. In the blink of an eye, he was close to Chen Pengfei again. At this moment, Chen Pengfei's strength had been exhausted. He was in a vacuum. Zhao Lei's timing was also very precise. The moment Chen Pengfei withdrew his strength, a punch landed on Chen Pengfei's chest. Without waiting for Chen Pengfei to counterattack, Zhao Lei laughed coldly. He opened his fist into a palm, stretched out his hand quickly, and grabbed the other's wrist that was holding the spear. Before the audience could react, Zhao Lei's legs kicked out alternately. After a few seconds, the two separated. Zhao Lei's face was slightly pale, his legs trembling. Chen Pengfei, on the other hand, was flushed. Suddenly, he spat out a mouthful of blood and said with slight disappointment, "I've lost. This was not a battle to the death. Although the arena battles were fought with the determination of a battle to the death, his sternum was broken, his internal organs were shaken, and he had used up all his strength. If he persisted, he would only buy time and aggravate his injuries. There was no need to fight to the point where he was on the verge of death. Fong Ping, who was below the stage, clicked his tongue and said, "He's already at the elevated stance. I didn't know this guy had another trick up his sleeve. He's not trying to trick me, is he?" He strongly suspected that Zhao Lei had hidden the fact that he had reached the elevated stance in order to trick him. Chen Pengfei's judgment was wrong. He did not expect Zhao Lei's stance to be suspended in the air for a moment, dodging his predicted shot. As a result, the originally evenly matched situation suddenly changed. He looked at Fong Ping and said, "I'll go over first. You're up for the next round." Zhao Lei had used up a lot of vitality. There was no point in continuing in this round. "Sure, I'm happy to fulfill the employer's suggestion." Chapter 185. In the first battle, NMU lost. Peak rank 2 martial artist Chen Pengfei, who ranked 3rd in mission points, was utterly defeated. Below the stage, the clamor rose again. Chen Pengfei lost. He's a peak rank 2. His opponent has just entered rank 2. Okay, he's already defeated. What the hell is he doing? Are you idiots? Zhao Lei is twice honed. His vitality is no weaker than Chen Pengfei's, and his stance is elevated. Chen Pengfei made a mistake in his prediction, or else Zhao Lei would have lost. It's not that Chen Pengfei is weak, it's that Zhao Lei is stronger than we imagined. Someone spoke up for Chen Pengfei. Zhao Lei didn't have many opportunities to perform in the friendly competition, so everyone knew very little about him. Pole standing in the elevated stance was not something that could be found anywhere. Even a large number of rank 3 martial artists had not achieved this. Based on Chen Pengfei's past experience, it wasn't a mistake to predict an attack. It was just that he had underestimated Zhao Lei. Losing the first battle also cast a shadow in the hearts of the NMU students. There were not many rank 3 martial artists in NMU, only a dozen or so. Peak rank 2 was enough to represent the essence of NMAU. But now, he had lost the first round. Zhao Lei, shall we continue? Wang Jinyang asked. Just as Zhao Lei was about to speak, Fong Ping strode over and said, "It's a friendly match. You've expended too much vitality. There's no need to continue." Although Zhao Lei wanted to fight again, he remembered that his next opponent was also a peak rank 2 martial artist. After some thought, he walked down the stage. "Not bad. You've reached the elevated stance of pole standing. You've been hiding it up until now. Who are you going to deal with?" Fong Ping grinned at Zhao Lei, who was walking down the stage. Zhao Lei's expression was dark. He huffed. "I just haven't met anyone who can make me use my full strength." "Really?" Fong Ping chuckled and did not continue the conversation. He strode toward the arena. MCMAU, Fong Ping, peak rank 2. The captain of MCMAU. He's also from Nanjiang. He's already a peak rank 2. How did he cultivate? Wasn't he still peak rank 1 when he competed in January? As soon as Fong Ping finished speaking, the crowd below the stage was no longer calm. Peak rank 2. How many days had it been? When everyone was still an aspiring martial artist, their improvement was not as fast. On one side of the arena, Zhang Dingnan smiled faintly and said, "Is this little guy Liu Fenger's student?" "Not bad. You learned my saber technique? I saw it for a while last time. I couldn't tell. I thought he was Zhou Yidao's disciple." Cough, cough, cough. Huang Jing and NMAU's vice-chancellor both coughed dryly. Then, they could not help but laugh. Zhou Yidao was also a Blade Dao Grandmaster expert, and he had always slashed with one slash. If one slash wasn't enough, he would slash again. There were no techniques or moves to speak of. Although Manic Explosion followed the same path, it wasn't just a simple slash. During the championship, Fong Ping had indeed not noticed that he was cultivating Manic Explosion, which was known for its continuous slash outbursts. After making fun of him, Zhang Dingnan continued, "Nanjiang people, it's a pity I couldn't stay in Nanjiang. You're too territorial and have too many limitations. Are MCMU students not Chinese? Are they not going to contribute to Sino Nation? It's different. I think so too. Whatever you say. Once the entrance to the catacombs appears in Nanjiang this time, I hope MCMU can help Nanjiang survive this disaster. Martial arts universities won't just sit back and watch. Don't worry. I hope so. Every time the entrance to the catacombs opens, there will be riots in other places. I'm afraid I won't be able to spare any manpower in time. Zhang Dingnan's face showed a hint of worry. Was Nanjiang going to experience bloodshed after years of peace? Following the discussion of the audience below the stage, soon, someone from NMU walked out. It was a woman. When Fong Ping saw that the only woman was on the stage, he could not help but glance at Wang Jinyang. Wang Jinyang did not look at him. The ponytailed female martial artist said coldly, "Stop looking. Are you discriminating against women?" Fong Ping smiled. "I didn't mean that. I just wonder if I'll be scolded if I hit a woman. There are thousands of students in NMAU, and they can't even gather a few men. It's a little sad. Don't look at us. We're not here for the competition. To be honest, it's just a coincidence." You have a sharp tongue. Say what you want. Back then, I almost chose Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Now I'm a little glad. Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Other than a few people, there's no one who catches my eye. Her voice was not soft. The audience below the stage erupted. Arrogant. Lon K. Defeat him. Beat him to death. The onlookers below the stage were furious. Fong Ping, however, exclaimed, "Rotten leaf, this name. This? How big of a grudge do your parents have against you? You're asking for it." The next moment, Lon K was furious. She did not even have the interest to introduce herself. She moved and appeared next to Fong Ping. "Your stepping technique isn't bad." "Too bad." Fong Ping laughed. The tip of his foot touched the ground lightly, and his figure disappeared. "Your President Wang said that NMU's peak rank 2 martial artists are all elites. I really can't tell. I'm not interested in this competition. Your President Wang and I have a good relationship. He felt the need to attack me and let me know that not choosing NMU was the wrong choice. Too bad. I really can't see what I have to regret." Having said that, Fong Ping glanced at Wang Jinyang below the stage. "Look how thoughtful my service is. Didn't you want me to be the bad guy?" Now the NMU people are going crazy. 15 rank, 2 vitality pills, cheap and good, definitely guaranteed. Lon K did not reply. Her figure disappeared quickly. Fong Ping's tone was still relaxed. "I really don't want to hit a woman. If it was a man, I'd kill him with 1 slash. But it's a woman. Forget it. Let's go for a run and exercise." Bastard. The NMU students were really provoked now. In the crowd, Wu Zhihao and the others shrunk their necks. They looked at each other and whispered, "Everyone, don't ever say that you know him." They were afraid of death. Fong Ping was provoking all the NMU students. This guy, whether he won or lost, would be the public enemy of NMAU students. He was too much of a bully. "Pretty lady, let's talk. How old are you? Do you have a boyfriend? Is there a grandmaster in your family?" "I don't think so. I don't remember a grandmaster with the surname Lon. Carrying a saber is so tiring. Why don't you put it down and we can talk?" A few minutes later, Lon K stopped. She stared at Fong Ping and said fiercely, "Do you only know how to run?" Fong Ping grinned. "That's not it. I just want to give you a chance to show off." "Really? But it's a pity that I didn't see anything amazing. You're just average, not much different from the rank 2 martial artists who died in my hands. I can fight 10 of you." "Bastard." Lon K's eyes were red. She roared, "Don't run if you dare." "You said that?" Fong Ping's cheeky expression suddenly disappeared. He said loudly, "Come, I want to see if NMU's rank 2 martial artists are really weak." His voice was still echoing in the air when Fong Ping suddenly closed in on Lon K. Lon K felt a little strange. Fong Ping held his saber in his left hand, and a Chandao was not suitable for close-quarters combat. There was no time to think. Fong Ping voluntarily gave up his advantage. She did not mind letting this glib-tongued bastard suffer. Just as Fong Ping closed in, Lon K quickly drew her saber and slashed horizontally. Fong Ping still did not use his saber. His right hand suddenly opened into a palm, tilted slightly, and slapped at her single saber. Thud, thud, thud. 5 muffled sounds that were not too loud were heard. Fong Ping's palm hit the side of the single saber 5 times in a row. The saber in Lan Kei's hand was slapped back, and she retreated. Fong Ping closed in again and quickly slapped her right wrist 3 times. Ding! Lan Kei lost her grip on her saber, and it fell to the ground. Fong Ping did not attack again. He took a step back and said mildly, "You're really weak. I'm afraid I won't be able to hold back and kill you with one slash. It's not worth it. Even if I let you use one hand, you're still no match for me." Lan Kei's eyes flashed with grief and indignation. Suddenly, she stopped talking, turned around, and jumped off the arena, disappearing from everyone's sight. Wang Jinyang, who was below the arena, mumbled, "I asked you to defeat them, but I didn't ask you to form a grudge. If a grudge was formed, it would be better to injure the other party with one slash." Now, Lan Kei was probably so angry that she would vomit blood. Fong Ping's victory was worse than injuring her. On the other side, Zhang Dingnan smiled and said, "Interesting. Manic Explosion's 5 consecutive slashes can produce a vitality outburst of about 30 calories. 5 consecutive slashes can accumulate 1 point, and it's much stronger than a simple 150 calories vitality outburst." Huang Jing nodded slightly. It can be considered a rank 2 martial artist's trump card. His pole standing and footwork have also been perfected. Lan Kei is slightly weaker, and she's completely restrained. Fong Ping is exaggerating when he says he'll let her use one hand. Fong Ping could actually use either 1 or 2 hands, but he did not use his D-class Changdao, so he was indeed holding back. As the two of them chatted, NMAU's old vice-chancellor sighed softly. This little guy is using NMAU students as practice. Defeating Lan Kei with ease had cost Fong Ping 200 calories at most. For Fong Ping, this was also a trial run. His previous 100-cal vitality outbursts were powerful, but so were his consumption. Even against a rank 1 martial artist, the consumption was huge. This time, defeating a peak rank 2 martial artist left Fong Ping with more than half of his vitality. This also meant that Fong Ping could still maintain a significant amount of combat power without taking any medicine. Soon, NMAU's 3rd martial artist went up the stage. This time it was a man. The way he looked at Fong Ping was murderous. Fong Ping did not care. He smiled and said, "You have to be polite to women, but not to men. You don't have to register. I don't remember weaklings. Bastard, beat him to death. You must beat him to death. He's too arrogant. Is there really no one else in NMAU? He doesn't even care about basic martial arts etiquette." At this moment, the NMAU students were completely enraged. Fong Ping did not let anyone announce his name. In a martial arts duel, this was disdain, contempt, and disregard. Wang Jinyang also exclaimed, "This effect." He could not say anything else. This effect was 10 times stronger than he had imagined. If Fong Ping walked out of NMAU unscathed today, these NMAU students would probably treat Fong Ping as their lifelong enemy. This kind of face-slapping was even more intense than when he had stepped on MCMAU rank 1 martial artists. In the next moment, Fong Ping also demonstrated his ability to ignore NMAU rank 2 martial artists. This time, Fong Ping did not use his palm as a knife. It hurt. There was a price for pretending to be weak, okay? The Feng's widow slashed across the void, and the sonic boom could be heard. Bang! A loud noise. 1 slash, and the opponent flew backward. Hee. Fong Ping's face was slightly pale. He said lightly, "Are you stupid? Did you think I was playing hide and seek with you? You can't even take 1 slash. How disappointing." The audience was now completely silent. NMU's 3rd martial artist was defeated too quickly. "He is so strong," someone murmured softly, his expression indescribably complicated. Fu Chaning and the others were also slightly speechless. This NMU martial artist was too weak. Bairuashi said softly, "He did it on purpose. In the last round, he purposely provoked Lan Kei. He didn't use any big moves and won with consecutive slashes. In this round, he went up to provoke his opponent and baited him, to take one slash. The explosive power of the slash just now exceeded 200 calories. Didn't he say that he didn't master a rank 2 ultimate move? The few of them looked indignant. Motherf asterisk Kerr, he lied again? Ruashi glanced at them. Who could they blame if they believed Fong Ping's nonsense? Zhao Lei's expression was dark. You said I was hiding, but so were you. Who are you planning to trick? The powerhouses naturally understood Fong Ping's intentions. They also knew that their students were not as weak as they thought. At least the martial artist who took Fong Ping's slash only fell off the stage. His internal organs were only lightly injured, not to the extent of serious injuries. However, in the eyes of the 3 lower-ranked martial artists, NMU was indeed too embarrassing. 3 battles, 3 defeats. Chun Pengfei lost to an early-stage rank 2 martial artist. The remaining 2 were also extremely embarrassing, easily defeated by Fong Ping. When no one was paying attention, Fong Ping casually stuffed a pill into his mouth. This, when no one was paying attention, referred to the students. It was good that the powerhouses were paying attention. Fong Ping's pale face, on the other hand, quickly regained its red color. Zhang Dingnan took another look and said with slight admiration, "This physique, it's enviable." Huang Jing did not care about this. He muttered, "Will this be effective? NMAU is not like MCMAU. If they lose too easily, it'll make people despair. An appropriate amount of pressure could make people grow, but when the other party looked so strong that they were invincible, that was not pressure. Instead, everyone felt that it was not that they were too weak, but that the other party was too strong. They might as well not have come to this kind of competition. It's fine. Do you really think the little guy can win so easily? Oh, it seems like he still has a trump card. Let's wait and see." Huang Jing glanced at the remaining 2, smiled, and paid them no more attention. In their eyes, rank 2 martial artists were not worth mentioning, no matter how strong they were. In the midst of everyone's complicated expressions, NMU's 4th person went up the stage. He did not announce his name. The youth who went up the stage was barehanded, revealing his bronze-colored skin. He chuckled and said, "MCMU's prodigy is indeed extraordinary, but it's a little too much to look down on NMU students." Is that so? You're not weak. Among NMU's rank 2 students, you're probably one of the best. You can say that. Fong Ping suddenly tossed his Changdao off the stage, his expression solemn. To be honest, I knew the first 2 people were no match for me the moment they went up the stage. There was no point in fighting them. You're a little interesting, a little pressuring. I don't mean to look down on anyone, but NMU really hasn't seen any rank 2 martial artists who have impressed me. In my opinion, using a saber is what I should do. This Changdao is also something I've earned through hard work and credits. But I know that the NMU students won't be convinced. In order to convince you, let's be more straightforward. There's no need for that. The youth shook his head slightly, but he did not say anything else. He took a step forward. With this step, the other party's aura changed completely. Many people below the stage could not feel any of this at all, but at this moment they quietened down instantly, as if they could feel the heavy atmosphere. Fong Ping's expression was also solemn. He stared at the other party for a while. Came from the battlefields? Fong Ping did not ask. He had never seen martial artists who came from the catacombs battlefield before. No, all MCMU instructors had been there, but they usually did not have an aura to speak of. The change in the other party's aura reminded Fong Ping of the 8th School Alliance's old Grandmaster's aura when he stepped down from the stage during the championship. Golden spears and armored horses, perhaps this was the feeling. In the next second, both of them moved at the same time. Fong Ping's spine straightened, then bent instantly. At the same time, Fong Ping's fist had already punched out. The youth opposite him did the same. His bronze-colored arm was suddenly illuminated by the light and turned blood red. His arm did not thicken, but the other party's fist also reflected a rich blood-red color. Both of them took a step forward at the same time. Without many people seeing clearly, they punched each other 5 or 6 times in a row. Drip! Both of them retreated quickly. Fong Ping's right hand swayed lightly. At this moment, his right hand was already blood red, blood dripping continuously. Manic explosion was called a saber technique, but it could be used with fists and feet. Fong Ping had just punched 6 times in a row. The power that erupted was not any weaker than when he defeated Lon K and the other person, but the result was that both of them were injured. The arms of the youth opposite him were also trembling, and his palms appeared blood red. Regardless of their injuries, the two of them moved again in the next moment. Fong Ping straightened his toes, his right foot quickly jabbing at the other party's temple. A blood-red color flashed in the other party's eyes. Suddenly, he reached out with both hands, grabbed Fong Ping's right leg, and flung it backward forcefully. Fong Ping did not struggle. He took advantage of the momentum and leaped into the air, his toes level with the other party's eyebrows. In the next moment, Fong Ping, who was in midair, forcefully shook off the force of inertia. As if he was on flat ground, his feet kicked repeatedly at the other party's head. This move is so F***ing cool. Fu Chanding's face was full of envy. At this moment, Fong Ping was like an immortal walking in the air, kicking his opponent until he kept retreating. I thought he only knew how to use a saber to hack people, Yang Xiaoman added. Bai Ruoshi, on the other hand, said solemnly, the other party is steady and calm. He's experienced. Fong Ping might not be his match. It can't be, right? The few of them were shocked. Although Fong Ping was annoying, he was not weak. At the very least, Fong Ping could defeat an early-stage rank 3 martial artist. Do you think Fong Ping is deliberately acting cool by not using a saber? He can't use a saber well, and the other party won't be stupid enough to take it head-on. Fong Ping's senses are very sharp. Bai Ruoshi praised him, but the others looked at each other. We really thought he was just trying to look cool, the few of them muttered in their hearts. Who knew that Fong Ping felt that he could not use a saber well? That kid was so righteous that he bullied people without a saber that even the NMU students felt a little embarrassed. Chapter 186. In the arena, Fong Ping was determined as well. He stepped into the air and kicked at his opponent's vitals. Although the young man retreated step by step, his footsteps were steady, even though Fong Ping had the upper hand and was only attacking. After a while, the young man's shoulders and arms were covered in wounds and blood. There was even a streak of blood on his throat. The onlookers were worried, but the powerhouses knew that the young man's injuries were only minor. Compared to Fong Ping, the youth who was in defensive mode consumed much less vitality than Fong Ping, and his stamina was also not as much as Fong Ping's. Just as the NMU students were worrying for the young man who had been on defense suddenly stomped his feet on the ground. He stomped a hole in the makeshift arena. Even if it was a makeshift arena, it was made of steel to handle fights between martial artists. Although it was not F-grade alloy, the young man's terrifying strength was evident when he stomped a hole in the thick steel floor. The young man stomped his feet on the ground, his heels sinking into the ground to stop his retreat. In the next moment, the young man roared and punched at Fong Ping's legs with his fists. Bang! The soles of Fong Ping's feet collided with his opponent's fists. The huge force sent Fong Ping flying in the air. After a while, Fong Ping stumbled and landed on the arena. This was the first time in 3 battles that Fong Ping had shown signs of weakness. Fong Ping's legs trembled as he landed on the ground. The young man's fists were covered in blood, but he did not care. He moved his toes and rushed toward Fong Ping. You really think I'm afraid of you? Fong Ping was furious. He had consumed a lot of vitality. He could replenish it, but he did not choose to do so. He rarely replenished his vitality in same-rank battles, unless he had fought too many battles in a row and his vitality was insufficient. Before he fought the young man, however, his vitality had been fully replenished. If he still could not defeat his opponent under such circumstances, how could he replenish his vitality? Although Fong Ping did not care about his reputation, he could not accept being defeated by a twice-honed peak rank 2 martial artist in a fair same-rank battle. Soon, the two of them fought again. This time, Fong Ping and the young man did not defend, trading injury for injury. Below the arena, Bai Ruoshi suddenly said, "Is this Gu Xiong, ranked 24th on the Martial Arts University Rank 2 ranking list?" When she said that, Fu Chanding and the others vaguely remembered something. They said in surprise. I think so. I forgot that someone from NMU entered the rank 2 ranking. Previously, the Department of Education had released a ranking of martial arts universities' lower 3 ranks. Fong Ping was ranked 6th on the rank 1 combat ranking. However, when everyone looked at the ranking list, the 3 lower ranks would at most look at the top 10. Gu Xiong was ranked 24th on the rank 2 combat ranking list. Not many people paid attention to him. However, as a normal martial arts university student, Gu Xiong was ranked 24th among all martial arts universities' rank 2 martial artists. That was already extremely powerful. Previously, everyone had overlooked this point. Among the top 100 rank 2 martial artists on the ranking list, there were less than 20 from normal martial arts universities. Among the less than 20 martial artists, Gu Xiong's ranking was also extremely high among the martial artists from normal martial arts universities. Among the top 10 of the rank 2 ranking, only one normal martial arts university student from Beijing Martial Arts University entered. Among the top 30, there were less than 5 people, and Gu Xiong was one of them. Wang Jinyang, who had just walked over, nodded lightly. It's Gu Xiong. His father is a martial artist from the military department. His father brought him to the military department to train not long after he became a martial artist. Even among the martial artists of the same rank in the military department, he's the most outstanding one. Fong Ping's vitality is higher than his, and his bone-honing progress is deeper than his. But the people Fong Ping fought the most were casual martial artists when it comes to actual combat experience and the use of combat techniques. Fong Ping can't compare to Gu Xiong. Moreover, the time he spent in peak rank 2 is too short. At this time, he lacks the necessary stability. His words made everyone look at him. Fong Ping's time to stabilize was short. What about you? Wang Jinyang did not care what others thought of him. He was different from Fong Ping. He entered the peak stages of each rank faster than Fong Ping. Every time he was active in the outside world, he appeared at the peak of his current rank. That was why he had more time to cultivate combat techniques and increase his actual combat experience when he was at his peak. Fong Ping, on the other hand, had only entered peak rank 2 a few days ago. If it were not for the fact that his vitality and bone-honing progress were stronger than Gu Xiong's, Fong Ping would have lost to Gu Xiong a long time ago. Right now, Gu Xiong had broken through to rank 3. He was no longer a small fry among rank 3 martial artists. Fong Ping was naturally unaware of the conversation below the stage. He knew his flaws. During his rank 2 cultivation, Fong Ping had always focused on bone honing, unlike when he was in rank 1, where he mainly cultivated combat techniques and pole standing. However, being defeated by someone of the same rank who was weaker than him was a fact that Fong Ping could not accept. In the arena, Fong Ping displayed the bloodlust that was hidden in his bones for the first time. In the past, when he fought with his opponents, he was rarely at a disadvantage. Most of the time, he won easily. If he could not handle it, he would take some pills to replenish his vitality. That was why the number of times Fong Ping was injured when he fought with others could be counted. Fu Changding and the others had almost never seen Fong Ping bleed. Today, however, Fong Ping was roaring furiously in the arena. His hands were already covered in blood, and his training clothes were in tatters. His lower body looked even more comical. From his calves, only his boots were left. Bang! There was a muffled sound. Fong Ping's foot had landed on Gu Xiong's calf. Gu Xiong staggered, but he took the opportunity to punch Fong Ping in the chest. The muffled sound came from Fong Ping. His chest felt as if it had been hit by a truck. The pain penetrated deep into his bones. Blood gushed out of his mouth uncontrollably. Forcefully suppressing the urge to vomit blood, Fong Ping moved his feet and attacked Gu Xiong again. Gu Xiong's calf was also heavily injured, and there were many wounds on his body. He could not avoid Fong Ping's attacks. Without a sound, he took the initiative to meet Fong Ping's attacks. Clang! When the sound of metal colliding could be heard from their fists, many people's expressions changed. Even if some people did not understand, they were all martial arts university students. How could they not understand? For 2 people without weapons to make such a sound meant that the tendons, bones, and skin on their hands were probably gone. What they were hitting now was their honed bones. There were bloodstains everywhere in the arena. On one side of the arena, the three high grandmasters were no longer joking around like they had been before. Zhang Dingnan suddenly said, "I didn't expect this." He did not expect that the other two grandmasters would understand what he meant even though he did not say it. Huang Jing said mildly, "MCMU students don't just rely on resources." If Fong Ping did not have the courage to fight, he would not have become the top new student. Let's call it a draw. If we continue, we'll both be heavily injured. It's not worth it. Up until now, the two people on the arena were fighting with their lives on the line. This did not match the original intention. Both of them were peak rank 2 martial artists, advancing toward rank 3. Soon, they would probably become middle-rank martial artists. There was no need to stay in their current ranks because of their heavy injuries. Just as Huang Jing finished speaking, Zhang Dingnan suddenly said, "Wait." Huang Jing's eyes flickered, but he did not say anything else. On the arena, Fong Ping roared. He grabbed Gu Xiong's hands tightly and slammed his head into Gu Xiong's head. Gu Xiong had nowhere to retreat, and he did not want to. He raised his head to meet Fong Ping's head with bloodshot eyes. Bang! Gu Xiong's forehead was instantly covered in blood from the collision. Fong Ping laughed sinisterly and slammed into his opponent again. Gu Xiong, who was in a daze, saw that Fong Ping was still conscious and shuddered. He was probably going to lose. As expected, Fong Ping slammed into his head again in the next moment. Gu Xiong's head was dizzy, and he felt weak all over. Fong Ping seized the opportunity. He raised his knee abruptly and hit Gu Xiong's stomach. Gu Xiong felt as if his intestines had been pierced and his organs were boiling. In the next moment, Fong Ping let go of his hands and kicked Gu Xiong, who had no strength to fight back, off the arena. Both the arena and the arena were silent. Gu Xiong, who had fallen to the ground, was quickly helped up by someone. Gu Xiong was still retching, but what came out of his mouth was blood. Fong Ping's injuries were not light, but he was full of energy. He stood upright and said, "Next." Wang Jinyang walked over and glanced at him. He frowned slightly and said, "Get off the arena. You've proven your strength by defeating Gu Xiong." The main reason Gu Xiong lost in the end was because his skull honing progress was not as good as Fong Ping's. A twice honing could only hone 20% of the skull, but Fong Ping had honed 30%. Everyone's honing progress was the same for the limbs, but it was different for the skull. Fong Ping slammed into Gu Xiong. Gu Xiong's injuries were worse, and he lost the ability to fight back. Fong Ping's injuries were not light, though. Up until now, no one in NMU would deny Fong Ping's strength. This guy did not win purely by taking pills. Fong Ping wanted to say more, but Fu Chanding walked over and said with a smile, "Fong Ping, you have to give us a chance to show off. Aren't you going home at the end of the month?" Going home with a body full of injuries? Fong Ping's body froze. He glanced at the last person from NMU and did not say anything else. He walked off the arena. After he left the arena, Chen Yunxi and the others prepared healing pills and gauze. They started treating Fong Ping's wounds. Fong Ping did not say anything. He sat on the ground and let them do what they wanted. It was rare that Yang Xiaoman did not disagree with Fong Ping. She smiled and said, "Do you know who your opponent is? He's Gu Xiong, ranked 24th on the rank 2 combat ranking. You defeated Gu Xiong, which means you're at least in the top 20 of the rank 2 ranking. You didn't even take pills to use your ultimate move. I think you'll be at least rank 15th when the rank 2 ranking is updated next month." He had just entered rank 2, and he was already in the top 20 of the rank 2 combat ranking. He had to admit that this kind of strength was extremely strong. Fong Ping gritted his teeth and said, "Top 20. He had always felt that he was strong. Whether it was in school or when he was doing missions outside of school, he had never met a worthy opponent. Therefore, even if his combat techniques did not improve much, Fong Ping still felt that he was one of the best among rank 2 martial artists. After a few days of recuperation, the thrice-honed him had a vitality of more than 520 calories. How high was a twice-honed martial artist's vitality? The upper limit of a normal honed martial artist's vitality was 400 calories. For a twice-on martial artist, the upper limit was about 20%, which was the limit of 480 calories. Fong Ping's vitality was at least 40 calories higher than his opponent's, but he had to use their skulls to win. This made Fong Ping feel ashamed of himself. Chun Yunshi whispered, "You're already very strong. You've only entered peak rank 2. I'm a thrice-honed martial artist. I should be able to defeat my peers." Senior CLA 2. But didn't he still lose to President Wang? Moreover, it's not like there aren't any rank 2 martial artists who are thrice-honed. These words were said by Yang Xiaoman. But Fong Ping felt even more depressed when he heard it. "So, I can only rely on the system to recover my vitality to gain an advantage among my peers?" He subconsciously neglected the fact that in his eyes, those of the same rank were geniuses who could challenge those of a higher rank in the eyes of others. The 100 martial artists on the rank 2 combat ranking had a high chance of winning against a normal rank 3 combat martial artist, as long as they were not at peak rank 3. Right now, Fong Ping might not lose even if he fought against a middle stage rank 3 combat martial artist alone. The other party did not master any powerful combat techniques, and their combat awareness was not strong. If Fong Ping relied on the system's vitality recovery, he had a 99% chance of winning. Unfortunately, Fong Ping was not thinking about these things at the moment. He only knew that he had almost been defeated by a rank 2 martial artist who was weaker than him. While Fong Ping was feeling depressed, the last person from NMU faced Fu Chanding. In fact, the NMU students had already realized that they were going to lose. There were still 3 people on Fong Ping's side. Even if the last person defeated Fu Chanding, would he be able to defeat the remaining 2? In the end, it was obvious that he could not. His opponent was only slightly stronger than Fu Chanding. After defeating Fu Chanding, his vitality was depleted. Yang Xiaoman went on stage and casually threw 2 punches, knocking his opponent off the stage. The battle between the peak rank 2 martial artists from NMAU and the MCMAU new students ended. The entire Nanjiang Martial Arts University seemed to have fallen into silence. 5 against 5. Their side had 5 peak rank 2 martial artists, while the other side only had 1 peak rank 2. Moreover, they were all new students who had entered rank 2 not long ago. In a battle like this, NMU had suffered a crushing defeat. It was a crushing defeat. Among the 5 people from MCMAU, only Fong Ping's injuries were slightly more serious. Now, almost all of them could fight. On NMAU's side, other than Lon K, who had left in a fit of anger, the other 4 were almost out of combat strength. Obviously, this result was unacceptable to NMAU. However, no matter how unacceptable it was, the truth was right in front of them. Could they deny the strength of Gu Xiong and the others? Could they deny the efforts of Gu Xiong and the others? A few of them had fought until they were seriously injured. Lon K could not defeat Fong Ping at all and left in anger. They could not blame her for not fighting to the death. NMU had lost. Wang Jinyang did not say any more demoralizing words. When the battle was over, he went up to the arena and said lightly, "MCMU won this battle. Everyone else has left. Go back and think about it. What did you enter a martial arts university for? Are you willing to be inferior to others forever? If you're not, then think about how you're going to walk in the future." There was no vehemence or righteous indignation. Wang Jinyang left the arena after he finished speaking. He walked up to Fong Ping and looked at him a few times. He nodded slightly and said, "Not bad. I've said it before. Deep down, you're also a ruthless person. There's no need to pretend to be a sheep. If you pretend for too long, you'll really become a sheep. Go back and recuperate. We'll visit Governor General Zhang in 2 days." At this moment, the 3 high grandmasters had already left, bringing with them a group of Nanjiang's higher-ups who had come to watch the battle. The grandmasters did not talk to Fong Ping alone, but Wang Jinyang had said that he would visit Governor General Zhang. Obviously, Zhang Dingnan had tacitly agreed to it. Fong Ping nodded and did not say anything. In this battle, NMU had suffered a crushing defeat. He did not feel comfortable winning. The idea of being invincible among his peers slowly faded. He, Fong Ping, was not invincible among his peers yet. What was the big deal about beating some casual martial artists? What was the big deal about beating some rank 3 martial artists who did not have what it took? Could he defeat the top 3 in the rank 2 ranking? Could he defeat Wang Jinyang, who was at the same rank back then? Also, could he defeat those rank 2 martial artists from the military department who were active in the catacombs? One Gu Xiong had made him feel constrained and difficult. If he met other people, Fang Ping might not be able to defeat them. So, what if his vitality could recover quickly? He would be killed before both of their vitalities were depleted. No matter how fast his recovery speed was, it would all be in vain. Wang Jinyang left. Bai Ruoshi saw that Fang Ping had calmed down a lot. She said as she walked, "Lost your fighting spirit? You don't have to be like this. Don't forget, you've just entered peak rank 2. Gu Xiong and the others are different. Moreover, you're the one who won. Your victory seems to be more depressing than NMU's loss. When you've honed yourself for a while in rank 2 and improved your combat techniques, Gu Xiong will not be your match. You have to take things one bite at a time. Don't always think about becoming the best among your peers. You have talent, and so do others. You're working hard, and so are others. Others have the guidance of grandmasters, the support of medicinal pills, and more combat experience. They've entered rank 2 earlier. It's already very good that you've come this far." Fang Ping smiled bitterly. "Instructor, you don't have to comfort me. I won't break down so easily. I'm just reflecting on some things." Also, everyone looked at him. Fang Ping sighed. "Also, I think the school should compensate me a little more. Chun Yunxi didn't even fight. Shouldn't her medicinal pills be used as consolation?" Chun Yunxi, who had been a little concerned earlier, changed her expression instantly. She said angrily, "I don't agree. I don't care about a few medicinal pills, but I don't agree. Fang Ping, you've gone too far." Fang Ping sighed. He lamented, "I'm so badly injured, and my family doesn't have the resources. They don't even have a few healing medicinal pills. When can I, Fang Ping, become stronger?" Sigh. Chun Yunxi hesitated for a moment. She stammered, Then I won't take NMU's medicinal pills. All right, it's settled then." Fang Ping was instantly invigorated. His hunchback straightened, and he no longer limped pitifully like before. Everyone was stunned by what they saw. Chun Yunxi was also stunned. She stammered, He. Fu Chanding glanced at her, shook his head, and sighed. Women were so stupid. Fang Ping's injuries were only superficial. He did not look like he was dying. Moreover, he had defeated the 24th place on the rank 2 ranking. Was Fang Ping weak? Weak my ass! Fu Chanding could not understand why everyone thought that Fang Ping, who had just entered rank 2 and was already in the top 20 of the actual combat ranking, would be so traumatized. Now 3 rank 2 vitality pills have been swindled by Fang Ping, and Chun Yunxi had given them to him. If Fang Ping did not take advantage of rich people like her, how could he earn money? Chapter 187. The result of the NMU battle quickly spread in River City. NMU is defeated. Gu Xiong is not Ping. In the rank 2 martial arts university combat ranking, Fang Ping has a chance of entering the top 10. What secrets does Sun City have? First there was Wang Jinyang, then there was Fang Ping. The new generation surpasses the old. Is there a problem with NMU's teaching model? Is the reform necessary? In River City's martial arts circle, many people were discussing the battle between NMU and MCMAU. He was a peak rank 2 martial artist, and an outstanding one at that. He was no weaker than the average rank 3 martial artist. Nanjiang's martial arts prowess was not considered too strong. The commanders of prefecture-level cities were usually rank 4. The commander of a county-level city like Sun City was only a rank 3. Although Fang Ping and the others were still students, their strength was not at the bottom of Nanjiang's martial arts circle. In particular, this battle had attracted 3 grandmasters to watch, which was extremely rare in Nanjiang. The huge Nanjiang had a population of tens of millions. Nanjiang currently had a total of 5 grandmasters. Governor Zhang Dingnan, the vice-chancellor of Nanjiang Martial Arts University, the commander of the military department stationed in Nanjiang, the president of the Nanjiang Allied Chamber of Commerce, and the curator of Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo, which was spread all over Nanjiang. This time, with the addition of MCMAU Huang Jing, the three high grandmasters joined forces to watch a few rank 2 martial artists battle. This was an extremely rare sight. Although there were many grandmasters in China, which could be said to be the #1 in the world, China was too big. Nanjiang was not a very developed area, and grandmasters were rare. Usually it was hard to see one. Following the appearance of the grandmasters, the news of the NMU battle naturally spread like wildfire. As for Fang Ping, this young martial artist from Sun City, he was slowly making a name for himself in Nanjiang's martial arts circle. At the hotel, Nanjiang Martial Arts University quickly sent over the payment for this favor. Everyone was dumbfounded as they watched Fang Ping pocket the 6 rank 2 vitality pills without hesitation. Even Bai Ruashi couldn't help but laugh. You really won't give it to Yunxi? Fang Ping said in surprise. She said she would give it to me. Fang Ping was speechless. They had agreed to settle the matter. Was he going to go back on his word? Everyone was speechless. Chun Yunxi said helplessly, I gave it to you, but aren't you going to hold back at all? I thought you would at least be polite with me. You even know how to be pretentious. Even if the pill passes through my hands, it's still better than you taking it away. This is too heart-wrenching. Fang Ping noticed that everyone was looking at him. After some thought, he said politely, Thank you. I'll pay you back when I become a grandmaster. Yang Xiaoman snapped, That's enough. I'm injured. Is this how you treat a wounded person? Fang Ping looked aggrieved. I've suffered a huge loss this time. Fortunately, he managed to obtain 6 rank 2 vitality pills, replenishing his wealth by another 3 million. At this moment, Fang Ping's wealth was close to 10 million. Fang Ping had used up some of his wealth in the previous battle at NMAU, but not much. Right now he had 2 million wealth left. Fang Ping calculated again. He had quite a lot of medicinal pills on hand now. There were 8 rank 2 vitality pills, 16 rank 1 vitality pills, 30 normal vitality pills, and 2 rank 2 bone honing pills. The market price of these pills was more than 15 million. In total, there were close to 100 credits, which provided Fang Ping with more than 10 million wealth points. If he sold the pills now, he could probably increase his wealth a little. After some consideration, Fang Ping suddenly asked, Do you guys want to buy medicinal pills? Everyone was shocked. Did Fang Ping not run out of medicinal pills? He did not need medicinal pills to cultivate anymore. He was selling medicinal pills again. Also, he had just received 3 medicinal pills from Qin Yunxi. Was it appropriate to start selling medicinal pills now? It was Bai Ruashi's first time experiencing this. She was also confused. Selling medicinal pills? Fang Ping said perfunctorily, I have a relationship with Instructor Li at the exchange office. After selling the medicinal pills and buying them with cash, I'll be left with a difference of a few 100,000. Don't look at me like that. I've said it before. Children from poor families take charge of the household early. A few 100,000 is nothing to you, but it's a huge sum to me. My sister has to set up a stall every day after school to earn a few dozen yuan for her living expenses. She's only 14. Fu Changding complained, Just a little bit of money is enough for your whole family to be rich. Can you not act so pitifully? Fang Ping said seriously, This is different. I earn money fast, but I walk the line between life and death. Children from poor families should be independent. That's why I don't object to my sister setting up a stall. When I was in high school, I didn't even have the money to look up information or go to an internet cafe. Stop. Fu Changding interrupted him and said weakly, Stop it. You're poor, very poor. Tell me, how much are you selling them for? 8 rank 2 vitality pills, 16 rank 1, 30 normal, and 2 rank 2 bone honing pills. The market price is 15. For million, don't mention the market price. 13 million. Fang Ping's expression darkened. He glared at him and smiled at Qin Yunxi. Yunxi, you have a lot of martial artists in your family, right? Qin Yunxi was confused. I'll sell these medicinal pills to you for 15 million. What do you think? Huh? I'll give you a discount of 400,000. Yunxi, you've never done business since you were young, have you? If your parents and family knew that you earned $400,000 on your first business, they'd be ecstatic. Wouldn't they feel like I have a girl in my family who's grown up and grown up? The key is not making money, but learning to be independent. It's only $15 million. You should have that much pocket money, right? I'll give my family a surprise. Chen Yinshi, can eat on my own. That feeling is amazing. Everyone watched as Fong Ping tricked Chen Yinshi into believing him. They were all dumbfounded. Chen Yinshi was not stupid, but she had never bought her own medicinal pills. Her family had prepared everything for her. Fong Ping said that the market price was $4 million. Selling it for $15 million did not seem expensive. Instinctively, he glanced at Yang Xiaoman and the others. Just as Yang Xiaoman was about to speak, Fong Ping suddenly said, "Yang Xiaoman is a friend. You mustn't deliberately cause trouble just because Chen Yunshi's family is better than yours. Don't let her live under the protection of her parents and family. That's not good for Chen Yunshi's growth." Yunshi was previously bullied by Lion Tang, Instructor Tang in school, because she had too little experience. You learn from your mistakes. Only after experiencing more and learning to be independent and understand the evils of human hearts can you understand the complexity of society. Children will grow up one day. Are they supposed to live under the protection of their parents for the rest of their lives? Then what's the use of someone like that? No matter how good their martial arts are, everyone understood the underlying meaning of his words. I tricked Chen Yinshi for her own good. She doesn't know the evils of human hearts. Fong Ping, would rather suffer some losses and be the bad guy again to let her understand that society is very complicated. Yang Xiaoman was completely speechless. She stared at Fong Ping for a while and said, "You're amazing." Fu Changding also muttered, "Language is an art." Zhao Lei and the others looked at each other, then at Chen Yunshi. Chen Yunshi was not stupid. She looked at Fong Ping and said suddenly, "You're lying to me?" "No." Fong Ping was a little embarrassed under her stare. After a while, he said, "All right, I lied to you. Actually, this batch of medicinal pills can be sold for about $14.5 million. I purposely added another 500,000, but forget it, don't cry about being poor. $14.5 million it is. We're teammates, after all. I'm not buying any more." Chen Yunshi felt that Fong Ping was up to no good and began to shake her head. Fong Ping frowned. "It's up to you. As your team leader, that's why I hope you can be independent and self-reliant. But now, you'd rather spend your allowance lying in the bank and eat interest than do something useful. Let me ask you, the allowance in your card isn't low, right? How about tens of millions? You can put it in the bank and eat it. Can it be used for cultivation? If you use it to buy medicinal pills, it'll at least be helpful for martial arts. Do you really expect your family to help you for the rest of your life? You're almost 20 years old, and you're not as good at housekeeping as my sister. Forget it, let's not talk about this anymore. Pretend I didn't say anything." But Chen Yunshi's face was full of embarrassment. Fong Ping's words made her feel so ashamed. "Let's not talk about this anymore. My injuries haven't healed yet. I'll be leaving first." Fong Ping stood up and left. Chen Yunshi thought for a while and shouted, "Then I'll buy it. Is that okay?" $14.5 million? $14 million. Chen Yunshi gritted her teeth, her face red as she bargained. "Okay, deal." After saying that, Fong Ping took out a huge pile of medicinal pills from his pocket and piled them all in front of her. He smiled and said, "You earned one. $4 million in one transaction. Chen Yunshi, you have the talent to do business and the way to housekeep. I have high hopes for you. You can transfer the money to me later. Fong Ping, am not the kind of person who thinks about money." "Okay, I'll leave first." After saying that, Fong Ping left in a hurry without stopping. As soon as he left, Chen Yunshi's face flushed red. Was I scammed? Ruashi had been watching the drama unfold. She laughed and said no. This was the truth. Fong Ping did not lie to her. The market price of these medicinal pills was more than $15 million. Even if there were channels to buy them, $13 million was still worth it. It was just that Chen Yunshi had bought the medicinal pills just because of a few words from Fong Ping. She was too thin-skinned. Also, did he not even check it? Even blood brothers should settle accounts clearly. Fong Ping would not go so far as to make fake medicinal pills to fool her, but he still had to check it out. Fong Ping said that she had always lived under the protection of her parents and had never experienced any setbacks. This was also the truth. This transaction could not be considered a setback. At most, Fong Ping's bad taste had flared up. Bai Ruoshi, however, was deep in thought. It was time to teach this student a lesson. Chen Yunqi's family sent her to MCMEU and let her go on missions with everyone. This was probably what they meant. Otherwise, she would not have to go on missions. The Chen family would not be unable to support a rank 2 martial artist. Yang Xiaoman did not know whether to laugh or cry. She said helplessly, "It's not a lie, but next time, don't take his words seriously. Also, don't interact with him too much. He's not a good person." Chen Yunqi nodded. She was at a loss. Fu Chanding saw this and suddenly laughed. "Yunqi, actually, I have a batch of medicinal pills here too. Get lost." Yang Xiaoman scolded. "Can't you have some shame?" Fu Chanding's face turned red. He was furious. "Damn it. Why can Fong Ping sell them, but I can't? If I can earn a few $100,000, I can buy a car." After recuperating in the hotel for 2 days, although Fong Ping's injuries had not fully healed, they were only superficial wounds. They did not affect his combat strength. On the 23rd of March, Fong Ping went to visit Governor General Zhang. Outside the House of Governors, Wang Jinyang chuckled. "Don't be nervous." "I'm not nervous," Fong Ping denied. Wang Jinyang laughed again. He led him into the House of Governors. As soon as they entered the House of Governors, a middle-aged man walked toward them. Seeing them, the middle-aged man walked toward them and smiled. "President Wang, Student Fong Ping, you're here." "Student Fong Ping, how are your injuries?" Wang Jinyang took the initiative to introduce them. Minister Zhang of the House of Governors. He's also the mainstay of the House of Governors. Zhang Yuqiang laughed. "President Wang, you flatter me." Fong Ping thanked him immediately. "Thank you for your concern, Minister Zhang. My injuries are fine now." "That's good, that's good. Both of you are Nanjiang's future. We can spar, but you should be more careful next time. However, you did well in the battle with Gu Xiong. The governor is very satisfied." As Zhang Yuqiang spoke, he led the two of them inside. As they walked, he said, "The governor has a lot of things to do. He's been very busy lately. This time, he wanted to see Fong Ping because he's proud that his hometown has produced a young talent like you." Fong Ping smiled. "I'm flattered. I've delayed the governor's time." The two of them chatted. Wang Jinyang did not interrupt. When they arrived at an office, Zhang Yuqiang went up and knocked on the door. Wang Jinyang suddenly said, "You should enter politics." "Ah? Why do martial artists talk so much nonsense? You've been so polite for so long. But is there any useful thing you say? I thought you weren't used to it, but I realized that you're quite used to it." You're having a good time chatting with him. Wang Jinyang was speechless. Martial artists were quite straightforward. They usually went straight to the point. This kind of meaningless pleasantries nonsense, it was best not to say it. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was having a good time chatting with Zhang Yuqiang. They chatted until Zhang Yuqiang forgot about Wang Jinyang. It was not because he was angry that he was forgotten. Wang Jinyang felt much more relaxed. However, Wang Jinyang was still a little surprised that Fong Ping could chat with the other party. Fong Ping said gloomily, "He's so polite." "There's nothing wrong with me being polite, right?" "No, it's pretty good." Wang Jinyang did not say much. He shook his head. With Fong Ping's personality, he might not be suitable for the military department. However, he could not be sure what Fong Ping was thinking. He would think about it when the time came. Moreover, would Fong Ping, who had graduated from MCMEU, return to Nanjiang? As the two of them chatted, Zhang Yuqiang came out of the office. He smiled and said, "Go in." Fong Ping thanked Wang Jinyang again and walked in. Wang Jinyang followed behind him. Zhang Dingnan's office was very big. At this moment, Zhang Dingnan was standing in front of a map of Nanjiang. He waited for Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang to enter. Zhang Dingnan did not pretend. He turned around and said, "The probability of the catacombs entrance appearing in Nanjiang is very high. It'll take about 12 to 16 months. You're not Grandmaster martial artists, so you might not be of much use. My goal is not to use any of you now, including Wang Jinyang. I just want to reserve some talents in advance. Fang Ping, are you interested in returning to Nanjiang after you graduate from MCMU? Before Fang Ping could speak, Zhang Dingnan, who looked dignified, said to himself, after you graduate, you should be able to enter rank 4 or even rank 5. As a practical martial artist, the chances of entering Grandmaster are very high. It might not even take many years. If you agree, after you graduate and return to Nanjiang, I can arrange for you to enter the military department and hold the position of a military commander-in-chief. The position of a military commander-in-chief was equivalent to that of a prefecture-level city's commander. Many prefecture-level cities' military officers were commander-in-chiefs. Most prefecture-level cities had a government commander, a military commander-in-chief, the director of the Department of Investigation Services, and the director of the Department of Education as the core to form a complete government system. Among them, the commander and the commander-in-chief had more power than the other two. Zhang Dingnan's offer of a commander-in-chief was extremely high. Not every rank for martial artist could hold the position of a commander-in-chief. Even some rank 5 martial artists might not be able to do so. Sometimes it was not just the rank that mattered. There were other things as well. Governor, go back and think about it. It's still early anyway. Also, if the catacombs entrance really appears in Nanjiang as a Nanjiang citizen, I hope you can contribute to MCMEU. Lu Fengru is your instructor. When the time comes, I hope you can convince some people to give Nanjiang a certain amount of support. As for Fang Ping himself, his strength was too low. Zhang Dingnan did not count on him. However, a genius student like Fang Ping had a certain amount of influence in the school, including with his instructor. Zhang Dingnan and Lu Fengru were also close, but they had not seen each other for many years. Her words might not be as effective as his students. I'll try my best. Fang Ping finally had a chance to speak. Just try your best. Having said that, Zhang Dingnan waved his hand, and a stack of books on the office table not far away flew into his hand. He threw them to Fang Ping and said, Manic Explosion was created by me when I was a rank 4. It's only average. These are some of the improvements I made after I became a Grandmaster. Take it back and take a look. Also, I'll give you a title, Sun City's Deputy Commander. Do you have any objections? Fang Ping was dumbfounded. Was this even possible? Wang Jinyang, who was beside him, suddenly complained, I'm Sun City's honorary commander. Yes, he was Sun City's honorary commander. He had just been given the title not long ago. Anyway, Zhang Dingnan had recently given him dozens of honorary commanders, honorary directors, and other official positions. There were no benefits at all. The only benefit was that his identity would be officially recognized. Also, as a higher-up in Sun City, how could he not stand up when Nanjiang was in trouble? As for whether he accepted it or not, Zhang Dingnan did not care. If he gave it to him, it was fine if he did not stand up for him. He would not force him as long as he had a conscience. Fang Ping felt helpless. Could he refuse? He did not say anything, which meant that he agreed. Zhang Dingnan was indeed very busy. Seeing this, he said, That's it then. Study hard and work hard to enter the middle ranks. This was considered a farewell speech for this meeting. Fang Ping's strength was too weak. Peak rank 2 was not bad, but Zhang Dingnan did not have much time to chat with him about useless things. When he entered the middle ranks, they could still chat for a while. Fang Ping smiled bitterly. At least give him some benefits. How could such a stingy governor feel? He gave him an improved version of Manic Explosion. Combat techniques were actually not that valuable. There were many in martial arts universities. As long as you were qualified to cultivate them, it was fine. Of course, Grandmaster-level combat techniques still needed to be approved by the Grandmaster himself. Also, the deputy commander's reputation was that of a county-level city. It was almost useless. Fang Ping felt deeply helpless, but he could only leave. Chapter 188. They had been delayed for a few days because of the NMEU tournament. They had wanted to take on a few missions in Nanjiang, but seeing that it was almost the end of the month and that they had received some benefits from NMAU in the school, they decided to return early. Although Fong Ping still wanted to do a few more missions, everyone was tired after a month. Everyone wanted to relax, so Fong Ping agreed. Fortunately, Fong Ping had gained a lot in the past month. Wealth, 12. 2 million vitality, 500 calories, 522 calories. Mentality, 420 hertz, 442 hertz. Bone honing, 126 bones, 90%. 80 bones, 30%. Compared to when he had just entered peak rank 2, Fong Ping's vitality limit had increased by 7 calories again. His mentality had also improved slightly. His wealth had also exceeded 10 million. The cash on hand and the remaining 6 million from before made up for 20 million. Compared to when his wealth was less than a million, he had 6 million in cash. Fong Ping's wallet was bulging again. Other than these literal changes, Fong Ping had also improved in other ways. At least he knew that he was not invincible among his peers. He also knew that he still had many shortcomings that he needed to make up for. This included the cultivation of combat techniques and the improvement of his combat awareness. Killing was not simply dependent on the strength of one's vitality. On the 25th of March, the others followed by Ruashi back to school. Fong Ping had to go home, so he did not go with them. In a local restaurant outside NMAU, Wu Zhihao and the others carefully entered the private room like spies. After entering, they quickly closed the door. Wu Zhihao let out a long sigh. Luckily, no one noticed. Fong Ping said weakly, "Is that necessary?" "Of course." Wu Zhihao looked helpless. He said with a long face, "You're NMAU's public enemy now, especially after you made Senior Lan Ke so angry that she almost vomited blood. NMAU's people are going to find you for revenge." Fong Ping snorted and said disapprovingly, "Other than Brother Wang, there aren't many people in NMAU, even those rank 3 students, who are my opponents. You're not afraid, but we are." Wu Zhihao smiled bitterly. Fong Ping could understand. It was like when he was at MCMAU. Because of old Wang, he was also targeted. The weak did not need a reason to vent their anger. The few peak rank 2 martial artists who went on stage a few days ago would not normally do something like this. However, those rank 1 martial artists and aspiring martial artists might vent their anger on them. Because NMAU's current situation was very bad. After Wang Jinyang returned from the House of Governors, he went to the Vice-Chancellor's place and obtained the approval of the 2 Grandmasters to officially reform NMAU. Previously, the 5% increase in GPA for martial artists exchanging for medicinal pills had already been implemented. In addition, Wang Jinyang gave a final notice to the 3rd and 4th year aspiring martial artists. At the end of this semester, those who had not become a martial artist did not have to come to school next semester. On NMAU's side, there were about 50 to 60 juniors and seniors who were aspiring martial artists. These people were in danger of being expelled. As for freshmen, if they could not achieve rank 1 by the end of their sophomore year, they would be expelled as well. All the rank 2 and 3 martial artists in the university had recently added an assessment. Mission completion rate assessment. Every semester, there would be a tally of mission points. For those who did not reach the mark, the next semester, the pills would be redeemed according to the market price. NMAU would no longer provide any benefits. All these changes caused NMAU to complain, and all this stemmed from NMAU's defeat in the previous battle. Now, there were many people in NMAU who hated Fong Ping and the others. Not everyone would reflect on themselves. Some people would not blame themselves for being too weak, nor would they feel that not doing the missions was wrong. Instead, they would feel that if Fong Ping and the others had not won, the current situation would not have happened. At this time, if Wu Zhihao and the other aspiring martial artists were really close to Fong Ping, they would definitely be ostracized. It's fine. If someone really does ostracize you, go to the Martial Arts Society and ask for help from Brother Wang. NMAU was not MCMAU, so Fong Ping was not as cautious. He said casually, "Unless NMAU students are really out of their minds, Brother Wang and I haven't graduated yet." Not graduating meant that the 2 of them could use student methods to solve problems at any time. In society, student martial artists had their own rules, but martial artists in society had a different set of rules. When Wu Zhihao heard this, he pondered and said, "Makes sense, but there's no need to fight with others." They did not like to fight and waste time. Up to you? When the dishes were served, Wu Zhihao wanted to say something, but hesitated. Fong Ping looked around and smiled. "If you have something to say, say it. You're improving too fast." Fong Ping, do you have a trick? It was a little abrupt to ask this question. A martial artist's improvement speed and tricks were also big secrets. Could he just ask casually? However, he was really curious and looking forward to it, so he could not help but ask. The Tan brothers beside him did the same, their faces full of hope. Yes. Everyone's breathing instantly became heavy. Fong Ping thought for a while before saying, "If you really want to improve faster as an aspiring martial artist, it's best to throw money at it." Their faces fell instantly. Of course, they did not have money. "Do you want to earn money?" Fong Ping asked with a smile. "Of course, but we're just normal people now. We're just a little stronger than normal people. If we go out and do part-time jobs, the best job is to be part-time instructors in martial arts dojos, but the requirements are very high. We've been there before, but our jobs were taken by martial artists. Martial arts dojos recruited students from society. They taught as long as they had money. It was not a big problem for martial arts university aspiring martial artists to teach normal people. How about I introduce you to a job? Fong Ping smiled. There's a company in Magic City that wants to open a branch in Nanjiang. Their main business is express delivery. They need to set up some channels, but they haven't recruited anyone yet. Also, they're in the school food delivery business, which requires a lot of manpower. Your mission is very simple. Use your identity as Nanjiang Martial Arts University students to help settle some small problems, such as troublemakers and the like. Also, when you become martial artists, you can use your identity as martial artists to provide some protection for the company. It's a little troublesome for companies from other places to develop here, but it's not that they're afraid. The problem is that Magic City is too far away, and sometimes they don't have time to deal with some things. If you're not martial artists yet, I'll give you a salary of 10,000 a month. If you become a martial artist, you'll get at least 50,000. How about that? The salary was not too high, but it was not their main job. They just needed to help out. A company in Magic City. They glanced at Fong Ping. Fong Ping smiled. "What are you looking at? I'm the one who started it. I didn't want to hide anything. But we're brothers, so we should settle accounts clearly. I can't be bothered to mention this, lest you feel embarrassed." "You started it?" Wu Zhihao was stunned. He said sheepishly, He thought Fong Ping was clearing the way for some company. He did not expect it to be Fong Ping himself. "It's a small business. It's nothing. You have to plan for yourself. Do you really want to spend your entire life doing missions to earn money to buy pills? You'll get your shoes. What if you always walk by the river? Not to mention, missions are only for martial artists in the 3 lower ranks. Martial artists in the 3 middle ranks in Sino Nation were doing well. Few of them broke the law, except for those in the evil sects. However, martial artists in the evil sects had the military department and the Department of Investigation Services keeping an eye on them. Small fries were fine, but martial artists in the 3 middle ranks would be dealt with quickly once they appeared. That was why there were fewer missions for martial artists in the 3 middle ranks. Most of them went to the catacombs, serve in the military, serve in the government, or did business. These were the insurance for the future. How about it? Are you interested? It's not a lot, but you'll become martial artists very soon. It'll only be a matter of next semester. By then, the company will probably have just finished setting up the platform. 50,000 a month, 600,000 a year. Wu Zhihao waved his hand and said, "It's not about the money. Even if we become martial artists, we'll only be at rank 1. It's okay. What we want is the identity of a martial artist. It's better to be a student of Nanjiang Martial Arts University. They're more popular here. Nanjiang Martial Arts University used to be inferior to the martial sciences departments of the other 2 universities, but now they're way ahead of them. Plus, Brother Wang is the president of the Martial Arts Society, and the governor graduated from Nanjiang Martial Arts University. You can say that with this identity, it'll be more convenient for me to do things compared to me, who's far away in MCMAU. Everyone will be wary of me. No matter how powerful MCMU's prodigies were, they were still far away. However, NMU's martial artists were here. There were many NMU graduates in River City who knew if their relationships were complicated or not. Hearing Fong Ping's words, Wu Jihao's interest was piqued. He asked, "We don't know how to run a business. There's no need. You can just be registered. The kind that freeloads and don't work? If there's trouble, you'll need help. If there's no trouble, then there's no need." Wu Jihao asked about the company's situation. Finally, he said suddenly, "Distance, I think I have an impression of it. Someone mentioned before that Nanjiang doesn't have a delivery service like this. Is it this?" Yes. This time, the few of them were shocked. It was not a completely unknown enterprise. It could be considered to be a little famous. Unexpectedly, Fong Ping had only entered MCMAU for less than a year. Not only did he improve himself, but his enterprise was also doing well. Wu Jihao was extremely envious. He could not help but ask, "Are there really no shortcuts in martial arts?" Fong Ping laughed. "Where are there shortcuts? Even if there are, it's not something you can count on. Don't look at me. I'm different. I'm a genius. Get lost." "Aren't you? I'm Sun City's deputy commander now. Watch your words, or else I'll make things difficult for you. Uncle Tan is working under me now," Fong Ping teased. Tan Hao hurriedly asked. When they heard that he had visited the governor, and the governor had given him the title of deputy commander, Tan Hao and Tan Tao were green with envy. If they had such a title, they could do whatever they wanted in Sun City. Their old man would be so excited that he would not be able to sleep for a few days. They chatted. After dinner, Fong Ping's expression became more solemn. In the next year to a year and a half, Nanjiang might face a crisis related to martial artists. You must know this. Also, do you remember the attack in auspicious Sun City? The few of them nodded hurriedly. These evil sect martial artists have been active in Nanjiang recently. This time, I came back mainly to accept some missions like this, to clean up the evil sect martial artists. However, I have other things to do in school. If I'm out for too long, it'll delay things, so I'll give up for now. When you go out, be careful. However, River City is the provincial capital. There are a few grandmasters in charge. The chances of them appearing in River City are not high. Wu Jihao asked hurriedly. What about Sun City? Sun City was not big. It was only a county-level city. There were not many martial artists, and they were weak. If something really happened to them in Sun City, it would affect their families. Sun City. I'll return to Sun City, first this time, to talk to Commander Bai. If there's a situation, I'll handle it. If I can't handle it, I can look for Brother Wang. Hearing that Fong Ping was going back, and that Wang Jinyang was also from Sun City, everyone felt much more at ease. Two practical martial artists, one of whom had entered the middle rank, were no weaker than a prefecture-level city's commander. It would not be a problem for them to solve some problems. After 1 p.m., Fong Ping and the others went their separate ways. Too bad I didn't drive out. Fong Ping felt helpless as he walked to the bus station. This time, everyone drove a business car. Fu Chaning and the others drove the car back. Fong Ping had bought a car for himself. He had asked Li Qingzi to buy it last time, but he did not drive it this time. Now, he had to take a car home. River City bus station. Fong Ping did not go to the train station. It was troublesome. Moreover, he had brought his weapon, which needed to be checked. Unlike bus stations, these were not checked at this time. After buying the ticket, there was still some time before the train started. Fong Ping was not in a hurry to get in the car. He stood beside the car and looked around. River City bus station had a lot of people. It was quite lively. However, most of them were ordinary people. Martial artists had a high status, so not many took the car. Fong Ping chose to take the car because he did not drive. Fong Ping looked around and sighed slightly. If there was no threat of the catacombs, this kind of life was blissful enough for ordinary people. However, if the catacombs entrance appeared in Nanjiang in the future, would these people still be like this? Every time the catacombs entrance appeared, it would cause a huge disaster. Natural disasters aside, if there was a loophole in the defense, it would be a huge problem. In the past few years, it was not that there had never been catacombs creatures entering the surface world. Sometimes, there would be some that slipped through the net, and were not cleaned up immediately. As a result, these catacombs creatures killed anyone they saw, resulting in bloodshed. These creatures would usually be shot to death in the end and dealt with as mentally ill or some other reason. However, the dead would not be resurrected. As he thought about this, Fong Ping was slightly distracted. As he was distracted, Fong Ping's vitality unknowingly dispersed a little. He did not care. The strength of vitality dispersion depended on his own control. If he could not control it, it would not affect him if it dispersed a little. It was normal for low-ranked martial artists to not be able to control the dispersion of vitality. However, as soon as it dispersed, Fong Ping's eyebrows suddenly twitched. He turned his head and looked not far away. Martial artist Fong Ping was slightly suspicious. Had he sensed wrongly? He looked in the direction he sensed earlier. He seemed to have sensed a vitality force that surpassed that of ordinary people, but it was not very clear. Martial artists in cars. They're either paupers or from evil sects. Fong Ping ridiculed. He also included himself in the pauper category. He was indeed quite poor. After scanning the area again, Fong Ping's gaze finally landed on a bespectacled middle-aged man. He was gentle and looked harmless. He's not a good person, Fong Ping suddenly concluded. There was no other reason. It was just intuition. Of course, the main reason was that he did not fit in. Yes, he did not fit in. This man stood among a group of ordinary people, but he did not seem to fit in. All martial artists are like this. Even if they were all human, there was still a difference between martial artists and ordinary people. Everything else aside, their temperament was different. To be able to hide from my senses, his vitality is not weak. Rank 1 and 2 martial artists were weaker than Fong Ping, so it was difficult to hide from him. However, if it was not for the dispersion of vitality, Fong Ping would not have deliberately activated his vitality to sense other people's vitality. He would only do this if he had nothing better to do. Even as his thoughts ran wild, Fong Ping moved his feet and walked in that direction. When Fong Ping was near, the middle-aged man turned his head to look at him. Both of them looked at each other without saying a word. After a while, a driver said loudly, "Those going to Wu City, get in the car." Wu City was also in Nanjiang. It was not too far from Sun City. The middle-aged man started walking. Fong Ping suddenly moved closer, only stopping when he was about a meter away from him. He smiled and said, "Uncle, going to Wu City?" "Yes." "Uncle, are you going home or—" The middle-aged man did not reply. Fong Ping did not mind. He said again, "Uncle, there are too many people here. Let's talk somewhere else?" The middle-aged man stopped and frowned slightly. "I'm not an evil person. Little brother, we've only met by chance. I have no intention of hurting anyone. Why do you have to chase after me?" Fong Ping looked at him carefully for a while and suddenly said, "Pan Xiaoyang." The man's expression changed. "A commercial spy. You're not considered a wicked person. I might not be your opponent with peak rank 3 strength. I'm MCMDU's Fong Ping, peak rank 2, but I think my strength is passable. The top 10 in the rank 2 ranking might not be my opponent." Pan Xiaoyang frowned. After a while, he said, "You want to kill me?" "No. I want the reward. It's worth almost 10 million. Pan Xiaoyang's expression changed again. Fong Ping suddenly said, "Give me all the pills you have. Give me your bank cards and account passwords too. How about we get along? This is River City. There are a few grandmasters here." It was Pan Xiaoyang's first time encountering such a situation. He was stunned for a moment before he smiled bitterly. "Are you sure?" "I'm sure. Here." Pan Xiaoyang did not say anything else. He threw a handbag at him. Fong Ping opened it and frowned. "Are you kidding me? Peak rank 3 for a bottle of rank 1 vitality pills? I've used it. Is there money in the card? 2 million. I can't use it myself. I can't withdraw it. If you want to withdraw it, you can only do it after I leave." Fong Ping calculated for a while and said, "I want an energy mine. Do you have it?" "No." "Pauper." Fong Ping decided. He thought for a while and said, "A bottle of rank 1 vitality pills and 2 million in cash. This amount of money doesn't suit your status. How about this? I'll give you an hour. After an hour, I'll send someone to arrest you. How about that? Okay. Pan Xiaoyang did not hesitate. He told Fong Ping his bank card password and got in the car without further ado. The car left the bus station in no time. Fong Ping was almost sure that the guy would run the moment the car left the bus station. However, this was a bus station. There were too many people. Pan Xiaoyang had obviously noticed him earlier. If he made a move, the commoners would be in trouble. Fong Ping waited for the car to leave before calling Old Wang. I found Pan Xiaoyang at the bus station. He just got on the bus to Wu City and met me, but he didn't run far. If you catch him, give me 30%? 10%. I found him. You've already given me the clue. 10%, consider it a gift from me. 20%. We're all about credibility when doing business. 10%. All right, hurry up. It's worth tens of millions. $1 million is fine too. Fong Ping sighed and hung up the phone. Then he said gleefully, even if I don't do anything, I'll still get 50-50. I'm such a genius. After saying that, he suddenly thought of something. I promised to inform him in an hour. Did I go too far? Fong Ping blamed himself, but then he put on an indifferent expression. Pan Xiaoyang had run away, which meant that he did not meet Old Wang and did not know that Fong Ping did not keep his promise. If he did not run away, he would be caught. Fong Ping did not care about his indignation. I didn't expect to run into him when I was just passing by. I'm so lucky. Fong Ping actually wanted to do it himself, but this was a bus station. Plus, the other party was smart enough to give him benefits. Fong Ping thought about it and decided not to. If he did it himself, it might not be worth it. Previously, everyone wanted to find an opponent to train with, but Fong Ping had almost been defeated by Gu Xiong in NMAU. Now that he had a clear goal, he would not fight a peak rank 3 martial artist who risked his life. Looks like Old Wang still needs money. Did he spend all the money he earned last time? Fong Ping mumbled and got on the bus to Sun City. Chapter 189. Sun City. When Fong Ping returned to Sun City, it was almost 6 p.m. There was no news from Old Wang. Fong Ping guessed that it was over. So be it. I won't lose anything anyway. As he muttered to himself, his phone vibrated. Fong Ping picked it up. It was a text message notification. Hey, Old Wang is so loyal. Fong Ping looked at the new money in his account and was pleasantly surprised. Old Wang was so kind. 5 million. It seemed like he was caught, but Old Wang actually gave him half of the benefits. Fong Ping suddenly felt that Wang Jinyang was too kind. He said he would give 10%, but he actually transferred 5 million to him. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping called him back. As soon as the call went through, Fong Ping said enthusiastically, Brother Wang, you're too kind. I just provided a clue, and you gave me so much. I'm embarrassed. It's okay. You deserve it. We agreed on 10%, but you gave me half. Sigh. I'm really sorry, half. Wang Jinyang was slightly confused. What half? 10% is about 5 million. Fong Ping, who was stunned for a while, suddenly said in shock, Brother Wang, you mean I caught Pan Xiaoyang a long time ago, but he went to Wu City because his hometown is there. His wealth is hidden there. Even his wife doesn't know about it. I went there and took the things back. I've just finished dealing with them. He's worth 50 million? Fong Ping only felt a bitter taste in his mouth. Of course, the price to bribe a peak rank 3 martial artist is not small. Haven't you thought about this? Wang Jinyang was even more surprised than he was. Was this not normal? A peak rank 3 martial artist and a member of a famous research institute. He had Donglin Martial Arts University support. To bribe someone like this, would it be embarrassing to ask without tens of millions? Since it was extra money, was it not normal for Pan Xiaoyang to hide it instead of spending it? Wang Jinyang asked him if he should choose to stay in prison in Nanjiang or to send him back to Donglin. Pan Xiaoyang did not say anything. He was very smart and immediately told him clearly, spend money to buy his life. Of course, he had to stay in Nanjiang. Sending him back to Donglin was a dead end. So, Old Wang made a trip to Wu City, got the benefits, and returned to school. 50 million. Fong Ping was still in a daze. Mother asterisk her, did I miss something? How could I be so pleased with myself? I was actually excited that I got the money to pay for the road. Yes, a peak rank 3 martial artist did not have any assets. Pan Xiaoyang was obviously not very strong. If he really went all out and replenished his qi and blood, he could exhaust him to death. Doing a month's worth of missions. No, 3 months' worth of missions wouldn't necessarily be more profitable than taking down Pan Xiaoyang. I gave it to old Wang just like that. Am I the boy of fortune? Fong Ping's mouth was full of bitterness. He could not voice out his bitterness. Was he too stupid? I still have something to do, so I'll hang up first. If something like this happens again, just let me know. Old Wang was rather happy too. A rank 4 against a rank 3. He had picked up a huge sum of money for free. He did not even need to look for anyone. It would only take him a few hours. Fong Ping was indeed a loyal friend. After hanging up, Fong Ping's face was full of grief. There was once 50 million in front of me, but I gave up. Then I was given 5 million, and I was overjoyed. What is this? My heart aches. His heart ached so much that it was difficult to extricate himself. He had done 12 missions in March and earned about 12 million. That was already considered a high income. But now old Wang had earned 45 million just by doing a random trip. I want to curse someone. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. Who should he curse? It was not easy even for a rank 4 martial artist to earn such a huge sum of money. It was tens of millions. He could even imagine old Wang grinning from ear to ear when he got his hands on this fortune. Old Wang was a pauper. He would run around for a few days to complete missions for a few $100,000. Now that he had earned so much in one go, he would be so happy that he might even thank him in his heart. The price of this gratitude is too high. No, maybe he'll call me an idiot. Fong Ping muttered to himself. The more he thought about it, the more his heart ached. I didn't expect that. My IQ is actually lower than old Wang's, with such a sorrowful mood. When he returned to scenic lake gardens, he saw that Fong Yuan seemed to have lost weight again. Fong Ping could not take the blow. He pinched the dumbfounded Fong Yuan's face and said painfully, "You've grown taller. A girl changes 18 times between womanhood and womanhood, becoming more and more beautiful. Why is my sister becoming taller? Fong Yuan, I told you to eat properly. Why didn't you listen to me? Can you still look at me like this?" Fong Yuan was in a state of confusion. I've grown taller? To the point where I can't look at me anymore? She had forgotten to ask Fong Ping why he was back now. She was so shocked that she could not speak. In Fong Ping's eyes, even she could not look at me anymore. Was there something wrong with her brother's taste? Or had she really grown taller? Mom. The little girl looked at Li Yueying, feeling wronged. She asked unconfidently, Am I really that ugly? Li Yueying rolled her eyes at her son. She was both annoyed and amused at the same time. Don't listen to your brother's nonsense. That's not true. You're quite pretty. Fong Ping. Fong Yuan glared at Fong Ping angrily. You're such a bully. Fong Ping sighed and shook his head. He said helplessly, Forget it. You guys don't understand. People have to look special. Eat more next time. If you get any thinner, I'll have to consider not acknowledging you as my sister. Fong Yuan rolled her eyes hard. She could not be bothered with Fong Ping. Li Yueying could not help but laugh. All right, don't bully Yuan as soon as you come back. Ping Ping, why didn't you give us a call when you came back? If I'd known, I would have bought more groceries. I just came back to take a look. I'm not a guest, so I can eat whatever I want. Fong Ping chatted with his mother for a while and pinched Fong Yuan. Only then did he cast aside the pain in his heart. Today he had lost 45 million. It was the biggest fortune in his life. He had let old Wang off easy, but that stingy bastard did not say he would give him more. How inhumane! I'll get my money back sooner or later. Fong Ping made up his mind. The money he had lost was too much to hope for. At night, during dinner, Fong Mingrong suddenly said, Ping Ping, the bureau has made me the deputy director of the office. This was the first time even Li Yueying had heard of this. She said in surprise, Deputy director of the office? You? It was not that she was looking down on her husband, but she knew Fong Mingrong's standard. He had been a normal worker before, then a security guard. Now he was an official. It's fine. Fong Ping knew what his father was worried about, but he said nonchalantly, it's just a title. It'll raise my basic salary. I'm still the deputy commander of Sun City. No one really thinks of me as a deputy commander. The table fell silent instantly. Fong Yuan, whose face was red from being pinched, could no longer be bothered to sulk. She stared at Fong Ping with wide eyes and said in a daze, Deputy Commander? Yes, in name. Fong Ping smiled. It's just a name. Do you think I can really control anyone? Dad, being the deputy director, is the same. It's no big deal to get a higher salary. Don't take it to heart. I won't be surprised if you're promoted to deputy commander next time. The whole family was still immersed in Fong Ping's words. Their son had become a deputy commander just like that. What was happening to this world? Commander. Fong Yuan was also distracted. Was her brother going to earn money again? All right, let's eat. Dad, Mom, if you're happy, just have some fun at home. Don't publicize this. It's meaningless. I'm telling you this because I don't bully people in Sun City, but I won't be bullied either. If someone makes you suffer, don't bear the responsibility. Tell me, there are many people in Sun City that your son is afraid of. Fong Ping bragged a little. It was not really bragging. He just wanted his parents to feel a little more confident. I don't bully people, but don't even think about bullying Fong Ping. Fong Mingrong was no longer in the mood to think about this. His mind was blank. Everyone ate less during this meal, which benefited Fong Ping. His mother's cooking was not bad. If they did not eat, he would eat more. He did not want to waste food. The next day, those who should go to school went to school, and those who should go to work went to work. It was not Fong Ping's holiday now. He still had to go back to school, so he did not have much time to waste. Early in the morning, Fong Ping went straight to the house of Commander. He found Bai Jinshan and asked about the situation in Sun City. Everything was fine in Sun City, and there were no signs of evil sect martial artists. This made Fong Ping feel more at ease. He beat around the bush and asked about his family's safety. Bai Jinshan understood and smiled. He told him about the police station's patrol routes. If they encountered martial artists, the police might not be useful, but they could at least be a deterrent. Sun City did not have the ability to let martial artists protect anyone's family. If they did that, martial artists would not have to work anymore. Fong Ping was satisfied. Rank 1 and 2 martial artists might not dare to take the risk with a gun on patrol. It was enough. If martial artists above rank 3 came, Sun City would not be able to stop them. After a round of thanks, Fong Ping did not go home. Instead, he went straight to the station. He had to go back to school. In the morning, he had said goodbye to his parents. This time, he only took the time to come back for a visit. Magic City Martial Arts University. When Fong Ping returned, Zhao Xuemei came looking for him. When she saw Fong Ping, she said, Teacher asked you to go to her place when you're back. Oh, Fong Ping responded. He looked at her and smiled. Rank 2 now? Yes. Zhao Xuemei was not happy. Instead, she said with some disappointment, You're already peak rank 2. Xiaoman and the others are about to enter middle stage rank 2. What's wrong with that? It doesn't matter if you progress faster or slower. Besides, you're already very fast. Fong Ping was obviously not good at comforting people. Zhao Xuemei smiled and did not continue the topic. Since Lu Fengru asked Fong Ping to go to her place, Fong Ping did not delay. He chatted with Zhao Xuemei for a while and went straight to the staff dormitory. Villa number 8. Lu Fengru, who opened the door, was still yawning. Fong Ping was speechless. She was sleepy from morning till night. Peak rank 2? Yes. That's not too bad. Lu Fengru yawned again. She sat down and said, Get ready to break through rank 3. Huh? Fong Ping was shocked. He said quickly, Teacher, isn't this too fast? Fast? Isn't it good? Lu Fengru sneered. I know what you're thinking. Do you think that I, Fong Ping, haven't been able to defeat all my peers and that I need to settle for a while? Don't think too much. Are you not rank 2 if you can defeat rank 2? Are you not a rank 2 martial artist if you're invincible in rank 2? Only when martial artists reach rank 3 can they be considered elites. There's no need to stay too long in rank 1 or 2. When you become a grandmaster one day, Who cares if you've defeated rank 2 martial artists before? Is the last Grandmaster on the Grandmaster ranking not as good as a rank 2 martial artist? I've said it before. The 3 lower ranks are a foundational stage. This stage will last until peak rank 3. When you reach rank 3, you can slowly make up for your flaws. It's not too late, and it won't affect your future. Or do you want to be the first in rank 2 before you're satisfied? Who knows how long it will take for you to be the first in rank 2? Maybe when you enter rank 3, you can cultivate to the first. Is the first in rank 2 stronger or the first in rank 3 stronger? Of course, these are not the key. The key is, didn't you say that you're going to challenge Zhang Yu after the semester ends? It's going to be April soon, and you're going to challenge a rank for as a rank 2? Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. Then, he remembered that he did say that. This time, Fong Ping said awkwardly, I was just saying, you're just saying. Other people won't think the same way. When the time comes, you'll have to challenge him even if you don't want to. It's up to you. He's rank 4, and I'm only rank 2. Fong Ping looked helpless. I can't beat him. If you can reach peak rank 3 and cultivate your combat techniques to the level of ultimate moves, you might not lose when you go on stage. You can take pills to your limit. But peak rank 2 can kill you in seconds. Do you understand what I mean? Fong Ping nodded slightly. He then said, Instructor, if I achieve rank 3, do I need to go to the catacombs? You decide. But when you achieve peak rank 3, you can't be as casual as you are now. When you achieve peak rank 3, your body honing, bone honing, and meridian honing must all be at their limits. The nourishment of vitality must also be at its limit. Combat techniques, pole standing, and the methods of honing must all be cultivated to their limits. This is because when peak rank 3 enters rank 4, there will be a transformation. At this time, the stronger the foundation, the better. Building the foundation for the 3 lower ranks is not just an empty saying. The entire 3 lower ranks are actually cultivating the foundation. The division of rank 1, 2, and 3 is just a definition. It doesn't mean that rank 1, 3, and 3 are really independent systems and ranks. Can you understand what I'm saying? Fong Ping nodded. This was easy to understand. Ranks were just man-made definitions. In the eyes of powerhouses, martial artists in the 3 lower ranks were actually just a stage. There was no need to divide them in such detail. It's good that you understand. Go to the southern area tomorrow and wait for me at the energy room. It's easier to break through there. That's fast. Fong Ping muttered. He did not expect Lu Fengru to let him achieve rank 3 so quickly. However, thinking about it, what Lu Fengru said was not wrong. Invincible rank 2 was still rank 2. There was no need to stay in rank 2 for too long just for a title. This was not the rank 1 stage where he needed to fight. Chapter 190. March 27th, MCMU Southern Area, Building 3. This was Fong Ping's first time stepping foot into Building 3. There was a combat technique room, an energy room, a vitality pool, a gravity room. It was a good place to cultivate. The key was credits. Fong Ping's cultivation speed was not slow, so he did not think about coming here. However, as soon as he entered the hall on the first floor, Fong Ping felt the passion. With a whoosh, a long sword flew toward Fong Ping. Fong Ping was shocked and quickly dodged. At this moment, the hall was not empty, but there were quite a lot of people. It was completely different from the deserted place Fong Ping had imagined. Before he could think about who was welcoming him, Fong Ping heard a familiar voice. Come on, I'll take on 10 of you today. If you're not happy, let's fight together. A bunch of weaklings. How dare you argue with me? You have a death wish. Bang! As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping quickly dodged again. He had just sent a sword over, and now he was sending a person over. A silhouette flew backward and landed in front of Fong Ping. This person did not even look at Fong Ping. He quickly got up and roared, Qin Fong Qing, you're too much. Weaklings don't have the right to talk. Bastard, you think you're strong? Let's fight together. Fong Ping walked into the crowd. After squeezing for a while, he poked his head out to take a look. Qin Fengqing was fighting with 7 or 8 martial artists. "Brother, what's going on?" Fong Ping tapped on the shoulder of a bystander who was watching the show and asked curiously. The bystander laughed. "Qin Fengqing has broken through to peak rank 3. Once he broke through, he started talking nonsense, saying that no rank 3 can defeat him. Some people were not happy with what they heard and started to talk back. In the end, Qin Fengqing did not say anything and knocked out his front teeth with one punch. Now he's being ganged up on. This guy is so arrogant. Fong Ping was dumbfounded. Qin Fengqing was behaving exactly like a villain. He's used to being arrogant, but let's wait and see. He'll have to admit defeat later. Fong Ping looked at the situation. Although 7 or 8 people were ganging up on Qin Fengqing was swinging his greatsword and did not seem to be at a disadvantage. Glancing at the onlookers, Fong Ping asked curiously, "Qin Fengqing is quite strong. Can these people make him admit defeat?" "They can't do it. They haven't even reached peak rank 3. There aren't many peak rank 3 martial artists here now. But someone went to call CLA. CLA? The thrice-honed one. Yes, although CLA is only upper stage rank 3, a thrice-honed martial artist is no weaker than a peak martial artist. When school started last year, CLA was already a peak rank 2 martial artist. Now, 7 months had passed, and CLA had also entered upper stage rank 3. By the end of the semester, he might be able to enter peak rank 3. Other than Fong Ping, he was the only MCMU student who was thrice-honed. CLA is Qin Fengqing's opponent. I'm not sure. We'll know once we see. The person Qin Fengqing just beat up is from CLA's team. CLA will definitely stand up for him. Teacher doesn't care? The onlookers suddenly looked at Fong Ping and asked curiously, "Are you new here?" "Yes." "No wonder." The person did not ask further and said casually, "There's nothing to care about as long as he doesn't cause trouble in other cultivation areas. If he breaks anything, he'll pay for it. As for injuries, it doesn't matter if it's not serious. Don't be fooled by how ruthless he is. He still knows his limits." Fong Ping heard that and looked inside. It seemed to be true. Don't be fooled by how lively the fight was. Qin Fengqing's saber blade only slashed the opponent's weapon once. When he fought, he punched and kicked. When he used his saber, he would at most use the back of his saber to slash a few times. As he thought about it, footsteps came from outside. "Spread out!" Someone shouted softly. Very quickly, the outside made way for a path. Fong Ping turned around and saw a well-built young man. Fong Ping did not care about his appearance. The first thing Fong Ping noticed was that pair of eyes. Scrooped eye. This kind of eye shape gave people the first impression of being cold, strong, and sharp. Fong Ping was looking at CLA, but CLA was not looking at him. When CLA arrived, the people surrounding Qin Fengqing dispersed. CLA took a step forward and said coldly, "Qin Fengqing, what's the meaning of this?" Qin Fengqing stood there carelessly and did not chase after the others. He sneered, "What do I mean?" "Don't play dumb." CLA snorted coldly. "Xiaowei only said one sentence, and you attacked him. Did I wrongly accuse you?" Qin Fengqing curled his lips and said impatiently, "It's none of your business. I'm happy. If you don't like it, ask Xiaowei to look for me. You think you can do whatever you want just because you're a peak rank 3? You talk too much nonsense. Qin Fengqing, you're asking for it." CLA shouted coldly. Then he stepped on the tip of his foot. In the next moment, CLA appeared in front of Qin Fengqing and punched Qin Fengqing's Changdao. Clang! A loud sound was heard continuously. CLA's iron fists hit the Changdao, and sparks flew everywhere. On his fists, a blood-red glow could be seen faintly. This surprised Fong Ping. This is vitality release? When these rank 2 martial artists fought before, although there were all kinds of anomalies and vitality outbursts, it was still concentrated inside the body and could not be released. At this moment, CLA's chi and blood were visible to the naked eye. Fong Ping quickly focused and looked carefully. This was a good opportunity to observe. Qin Fengqing and CLA were not weaklings among the rank 3 martial artists. They were not comparable to the rank 3 martial artists Fong Ping had met before. CLA released his vitality. Qin Fengqing was not careless either. The saber gave off a faint glow. Although it was not as obvious as CLA's, this had something to do with the Chongdao being bigger than the glove. It was not that Qin Fengqing's vitality was inferior to his opponent's. Interesting, but that's it. In the middle of the crowd, Qin Fengqing suddenly laughed loudly. With a slash of his saber, he pushed CLA back. Then he tossed the Chongdao aside and said playfully, "Do you really think that being thrice-honed is so great? Do you really think that I, a peak rank 3, am someone an upper stage martial artist like you can defeat? Do you really think that I, Qin Fengqing, am a casual martial artist?" After saying that, Qin Fengqing let out a low growl. Fong Ping's eyes lit up immediately. At this moment, Qin Fengqing's entire aura had changed. Earlier, Fong Ping felt that peak rank 3 was only slightly stronger than peak rank 2. However, at this moment, Fong Ping felt the difference. Qin Fengqing's aura was like a rainbow. His entire body exuded a blood-red aura. In the next second, Qin Fengqing rushed in front of CLA at a speed that was almost invisible to the naked eye. CLA did not dodge. He swung his arm quickly and blasted out a blow. Qin Fengqing, who had been using his Chongdao to block, suddenly heard a dull sound from inside his body. Then, with his bare hands, he reached out abruptly and grabbed CLA's hands. CLA wanted to struggle. His arms moved a little, but his expression changed. He hurriedly lifted his leg and kicked at Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing still did not dodge. A dull sound came from his leg, and he allowed CLA to kick him. A loud bang was heard. Qin Fengqing grimaced and grinned. "Does your leg hurt?" CLA's expression changed again and again. With a low growl, he suddenly pulled his hand out of the glove and swung his fist at Qin Fengqing's chest again. Qin Fengqing did not panic. He swung his fist lightly and took the opponent's attack head-on. After taking the attack, Qin Fengqing took 2 steps back slightly. CLA, on the other hand, took a few steps back. The marble floor under his feet was stepped into pieces. Fong Ping also noticed that CLA's fist was covered in blood, while Qin Fengqing was unharmed. "Idiot!" Qin Fengqing sneered and said disdainfully, "Don't you know what peak rank 3 means? My muscles, bones, and skin have been trained. I can circulate my vitality as I please. Other than my head, every part of my body is the strongest defense. Unless your fist force can break through my vitality defense and enter my internal organs, do you think you can beat me?" Fong Ping only understood after hearing that. Why did CLA give up after kicking him earlier? CLA did not say anything. His expression was already cold. He stared at him for a while before saying, "You broke through to peak a long time ago." Why don't you take a guess? Qin Fengqing did not say whether or not he did, but CLA knew that Qin Fengqing had not just broken through. His muscles, bones, and skin had been honed to the peak stage of rank 3. Under the vitality circulation, his entire body, other than his head, was a lump of alloy. Unless he could penetrate his vitality defense and shake his internal organs, he could only choose to attack his brain, which was a vital point. However, it was just a battle of wills. It was not worth it to fight with a murderous stance. Peak rank 3, vitality can be released and restrained freely. Can attack and defend. Fong Ping memorized these characteristics. These martial artists had vitality as high as 1,000 calories. If they focused their defense on one point, they were almost like robots that could not be penetrated. If CLA really wanted to fight with his life and use his ultimate move, he might be able to penetrate his defense. However, it was still the same. There was no need to fight because of wills. Looking at normal attack and defense alone, CLA was indeed no match for Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing did not want to fight to the death with CLA. He curled his lips and said, "Disperse." "What are you looking at? I'm number 1 in rank 3. It's useless even if you're not convinced." Some of the others laughed. Someone teased, "It's a pity that you, Qin Fengqing, didn't even enter the rank 3 actual combat ranking." Who would take that seriously? Qin Fengqing sneered and said disdainfully, "Besides, I haven't reached peak rank 3 yet. Now let the top 10 come together. Do you think they'll be a match for me? When it comes to talking, no one is a match for you. Are you looking for a beating?" Qin Fengqing was furious. The onlookers saw this and dispersed. Laughter could be heard from time to time. As for CLA and the others, they were not too upset. The others were not interested in mocking them either. However, CLA did not leave. He picked up the boxing gloves that Qin Fengqing had thrown on the ground and said indifferently, "When I reach peak rank 3, I'll come and test you, Qin Fengqing." Puffed. "If you're peak rank 3, I'll be rank for long ago." As Qin Fengqing said this, his eyes suddenly lit up. He grinned and said, "But it's okay. When the time comes, I'll let my little brother take care of you. Fong Ping, put in more effort and kill this kid." Fong Ping looked innocent and said speechlessly, "I'm just passing by. What are you afraid of? Men can't say they can't do it. He's thrice honed, and so are you." He was beaten by Wang Jinyang until he cried for his parents. You're on Wang Jinyang's side. Even if you don't kill him, he'll still kill you. Fong Ping was completely speechless. F***CK? Was old Qin looking for fun? CLA heard this and glanced at Fong Ping. He did not say anything, only saying, "We'll talk after he takes 3 moves from the president." Fong Ping, he's looking down on you. Qin Fengqing said indignantly, 3 moves. Zhang Yu is nothing. If you can't even take 3 moves, don't even think about it. Brother Qin, Fong Ping could not help but interrupt. We don't have a grudge, do we? Qin Fengqing laughed loudly. No grudge. I'm giving you an opponent for your own good. If it were me, I'm also thrice honed. I'd definitely fight him. It's okay if you're weaker now. He reached rank for a long time ago. When you're rank 3, he'll be rank 3 too. There won't be much difference. CLA did not say anything else. He strode away. If he could not beat Qin Fengqing, then he would admit defeat. It was not a serious injury anyway. A gentleman's revenge was never too late. If he could beat him, he could come back for revenge. As for Fong Ping, he would wait until he caught up to him. After CLA and the others left, the onlookers also went about their own business. Only then did Qin Fengqing step forward and pat Fong Ping's shoulder, smiling. "I was just joking, but I feel that you and CLA will fight sooner or later. Trust me, my instincts are very accurate. Think about it. MCMEU only has the 2 of you thrice honed. If you improve slowly and are 1 rank lower than him, then it's nothing. But you're already peak rank 2 now. Rank 3 will happen sooner or later. It's not strange for you to catch up to him. Can 2 rank 3 thrice-honed martial artists of the same rank not test each other out?" Fong Ping chuckled. "We'll see when the time comes." Actually, he felt that Qin Fengqing was right. MCMU only had him and CLA, who were thrice-honed martial artists. If they were of the same rank and level, the chances of them fighting each other were still very high. Hearing that, Qin Fengqing laughed. "This kid isn't weak. I've been peak rank 3 for a while now. That's why I've beaten him. If we were at the same rank, I might not be his match. I was just joking just now. I wasn't serious. Otherwise, it'd be hard to say who would win or lose. I saw you a long time ago. I purposely showed you CLA's strength." Fong Ping looked at him suspiciously. He was not going to take the blame for this. "What? You don't believe me?" Qin Fengqing's face was full of dissatisfaction. He looked at him and said, "It's because I saw you that I tried to test CLA. Otherwise, I can't afford to fight. Before I came, you were already fighting. That's not CLA. What do you know?" Qin Fengqing curled his lips. Then he laughed. "Anyway, you have to accept this favor. It's easy to return it. Just admit that this fight started because of you." Fong Ping's face was full of caution. Qin Fengqing said unhappily, "Fong Ping, what's with your attitude? I fought with my life for you." Before he could finish his sentence, a soft sound came from beside him. Then, Qin Fengqing's whole body flew up. In the next moment, Qin Fengqing was sprawled on the steps outside the main entrance. Lu Fengru acted as if nothing had happened. She walked forward and said, "To the energy room. Instructor, I've wanted to beat him up for a long time. Don't worry about him. He won't die. He even wanted to trick my student into paying for him. Does he think we're all fools? Lu Fengru's words made Fong Ping think of something. Very quickly, Fong Ping heard someone behind him say mildly, "Qin Feng Qing, he didn't take up your burden. Pay up. 12 pieces of marble are broken, a table is cracked, and there are 6 scratches on the wall. That's a total of 300,000. So expensive? You can go rob him." "Yes, I'm robbing him. Are you going to pay or not?" "I don't have any money," Qin Feng Qing roared. He said angrily, "I've spent it all. I don't have a single cent." Fong Ping, "Help me pay for it first. I'll pay you back later." In order to break through to peak rank 3, other than keeping his weapon, he had even sold his car. Where would he get the money to pay? Otherwise, he would not have the time to bother with that kid Fong Ping. Chapter 191. The energy room was filled with modernity. Upon entering the energy room, Fong Ping felt as if he had entered a space capsule. Although it was called a room, the energy room was actually a huge enclosed building. Fong Ping and Lu Fengru only entered the public area, which was divided into smaller rooms. Lu Fengru was not in a hurry to enter. She found a place to sit down and said, "Qin Fengqing has demonstrated the strength of a peak rank 3 martial artist. How do you feel?" "I could take a beating." Lu Fengru was stunned and speechless. However, he could take a beating. Compared to rank 1 and 2 martial artists, a peak rank 3 martial artist defense was extremely strong. "A little." Lu Fengru nodded slightly. Other than the brain, the bones, meridians, and vitality of a rank 3 martial artist are all connected. When you're at peak rank 2, it's very difficult for you to concentrate all your vitality in one place. However, when you reach rank 3, it becomes very simple. Also, the limbs were scattered before, so their strength was not strong. It only reflected the strength of a single part. When you reach peak rank 3, it's the overall strength. When you use the same vitality outburst, you use 200 calories vitality outburst at rank 2. Do you think that a rank 3 also needs 200 calories vitality outburst to be able to compete with you? Fong Ping was a little dazed. He asked doubtfully, "You mean?" "It's a very simple logic. A 3-year-old child's vitality is also sufficient. Even if it's not 100 calories, it's still above 90 calories. Vitality is not the amount of blood. You have to understand this. A 3-year-old child exerts his full strength. According to the theory of vitality outburst, his vitality outburst might be close to 5 calories. Then let me ask you, if you used a move with 5 calories vitality outburst and collided with him, what would the result be?" "Minced meat." Fong Ping gritted his teeth. This was the result. It's good that you understand. The difference between rank 1 and 2 isn't obvious. Do you know why? Honing the limbs alone has no effect on the overall improvement. You're not stupid. When rank 1 and 2 martial artists hone their limbs, they are scattered and can't be connected. Actually, the difference between rank 2 and rank 1 martial artists isn't that big. It's just that the upper limit of vitality is increased, and there are more ways to attack. Rank 3 is completely different from rank 1 and rank 1. This is a stage that connects the previous and the next. Lu Fengru smiled and said, "That's why, at rank 3, you can kill Gu Xiong with a vitality outburst of 100 calories. But are you talking about the rank 3 martial artist that you and Fu Changding captured?" Lu Fengru sneered. "The rank 3 martial artist that you encountered was only a beginner. To truly embody the strength of a rank 3, one must at least completely hone their spine. At rank 3, there were 51 torso bones, 26 of which were vertebrae, 1 sternum, and 24 ribs. First temper the sternum, ribs, and then the spine." Fong Ping interrupted. "Doesn't that mean that among rank 3 martial artists, peak martial artists are the true embodiment of strength?" He said that he was going to finish honing his spine. Didn't that mean that he had finished honing all 51 bones? Lu Fengru frowned. "Let me finish. Who told you that this is peak rank 3? Bone honing was not the only thing rank 3 had to do. Bone honing first. After honing, the tendons, skin, blood, and flesh needed to be honed and nourished. Only when all of them had been honed to a certain realm would one be at peak rank 3. After bone honing, you're only an upper stage rank 3 martial artist. CLA is one of them. Is that so? It was Fong Ping's first time hearing about this. It was not just the number of bone honing that divided the stages. Lu Fengru continued, in rank 3, before the rib honing is completed, it's called early stage. Before the spine is completed, it's middle stage. When the bone honing is completed, then it's upper stage. Therefore, the strength of an upper stage rank 3 is the true elite martial artist. 1 against 10 middle stage rank 3 isn't a joke. On the contrary, the gap between peak rank 3 and upper stage isn't as big as you think. This time, Fong Ping understood. Previously, when Qin Fengqing fought those rank 3 martial artists, it was like a game. However, against CLA, he looked relaxed, but he was extra cautious. The difference between upper stage and peak was not the difference in bones, but the difference in tendons, skin, and flesh. No wonder I said that Qin Fengqing was very relaxed before. Of course, a middle stage rank 3 martial artist would need to expend at least 3 times their vitality to defend against a casual outburst of his move. Do you think the other party could withstand Qin Fengqing's full blow? Before, Qin Fengqing was just playing with him. That means that rank 3 is actually divided into 2 levels. Early stage and middle stage rank 3 are one level, and upper stage and peak are the other. That's right. But I met someone before. He was also a peak rank 3 martial artist. I didn't think he was strong. Oh, a researcher from a research institute. Peak rank 3 strength. His name is Pan Xiaoyang. Lu Fengru said casually, either you're wrong, or the other party is trash and has almost never learned any combat techniques. Otherwise, he could kill you easily. Fong Ping looked gloomy at her words. Pan Xiaoyang should be the latter, right? Otherwise, there was no need for him to compromise when he met him. According to Lu Fengru, he could kill him easily. However, it could also be that he was afraid of the many powerhouses in River City, so he did not dare to act recklessly. If that was the case, he still had to thank Pan Xiaoyang for not killing him? Lu Fengru did not care too much about this. After saying that, she said, the rank 3 stage is like this. You're all rank 3, but don't always think that you're powerful just because you've defeated an early stage rank 3 martial artist. Only upper stage rank 3 martial artists will be recognized by middle and high-ranked martial artists. They're the cornerstones of the martial arts world. If you want to fight Zhang Yu and widen the gap between you and other students, the only way is to enter upper stage rank 3. When that time comes, you'll be a true elite student of MCMAU. Normal martial arts universities set rank 3 as the boundary and are known as elites. MCMAU and CCMAU, on the other hand, use upper stage as the boundary. These are the true elites, the school's prodigies. At this stage, you can graduate if you want. If you want to go out and work, there will be countless organizations that will welcome you. Only martial artists at this stage are the true privileged class in the martial arts circle. So, I was just a kid playing around before. You can think of it that way. Lu Fengru was very good at putting people down. Fong Ping was a little taken aback. Very quickly, Fong Ping recovered. He exhaled and said, "Instructor, can I break through now? There's no rush. Relax. The 26 minor vessels in the spine must be cleared in one go. It's a little dangerous. Prepare the pills. If your vitality runs out or you run into trouble, don't panic. I'll keep an eye on you." When the minor vessels in the spine are cleared, the remaining 25 minor vessels won't be a problem. You can do it step by step. You can even do it another day. Remember, don't stop abruptly. If the nerves near the spine are damaged, you'll be paralyzed. Breaking through to rank 3 is relatively more risky. This is also one of the reasons why normal martial arts universities classify rank 3 as elites. Although the increase in strength is limited, you'll achieve bone honing sooner or later. It's not impossible for a rank 3 to be known as an elite. Got it. Fong Ping did not waste any more time. He sat cross-legged on the ground and started checking his body. Wealth, 21 million. Vitality, 525 calories, 525 calories. Mentality, 443 hertz, 443 hertz. Bone honing, 126 bones, 90%, 80 bones, 30%. Wealth. Thanks to Pan Xiaoyang's 10 rank 1 vitality pills, 2 million in cash, and the 5 million old Wang transferred, Fang Ping's wealth had once again exceeded the 2 million mark. In terms of cash, Fang Ping had reached a new high of 27 million. However, he did not have that much now. He had gone to the logistics department in the morning to buy a rank 2 vitality pill, a rank 2 bone honing pill, and a rank 2 viscera shielding pill. The market price was 3.7 million, but Fang Ping had reduced it to 3.5 million. Fang Ping still had 23.5 million in cash. His condition was at its peak. After calming himself down, Fang Ping walked toward the main platform. Open a cultivation room. How long? Fang Ping turned his head to look at Lu Fengru. She said casually, 5 hours. I can use the rest of the time to consolidate. 50 credits. The martial artist at the main platform was meticulous and had no intention of bargaining. Fang Ping looked at Lu Fengru again. Lu Fengru glared at him. What's the point of looking at me? Do you think I'll pay you? Fang Ping smiled bitterly. He still remembered a certain instructor saying, when you're here, you can eat all the pills you want. Now, 50 credits. You're not even paying for a student, and you're calling yourself Wu Di. Aren't you embarrassed? There were only 80 credits left in his martial arts license. After Fang Ping paid the bill and received the door card, he was left with 30 credits. As he walked toward the cultivation room, Fang Ping complained, this is too expensive. 50 credits, 1.5 million. Okay. You'll know when you go in. Fang Ping quickly understood what Lu Fengru meant. The moment he stepped into the cultivation room, Fang Ping suddenly felt his pores relax and his vitality become extremely active. Even his mentality, which had always been useless, seemed to be jumping with joy. Is this the effect of the energy mine? Yes. It feels good, right? Cultivating here will speed up the recovery of vitality. Also, your vitality will become more active and more sensitive. Your bone honing will be more detailed, and it'll be easier to open minor vessels. When you've accumulated enough credits, you can come here often to cultivate. Fang Ping did not reply. I have too much money to burn. However, cultivating and breaking through in this place did have its benefits. Without wasting any time, Fang Ping sat down cross-legged, ready to open minor vessels and break through to rank 3. Lu Fengru sat beside him. She lowered her voice and said slowly, sense the position of the minor vessels carefully. Remember, you must sense them clearly. Don't randomly open the vessels on the spine. Yes. Fang Ping responded and closed his eyes to adjust. After a while, he began to cultivate the methods of honing and carefully sensed the minor vessels near the bones of his torso. Seeing that Fang Ping had sunk into silence, Lu Fengru did not pay attention at first. After a while, she raised her eyebrows. Mentality. Lu Fengru was slightly surprised. Fang Ping was using his mentality to sense the minor vessels? He was a lower-rank martial artist. Could he feel her mentality? Mentality was an innate ability of humans. However, the mentality of martial artists in the 3 lower ranks was very weak and could not sense it at all. Even among the 3 middle ranks, only rank 6 martial artists had the opportunity to sense the other energy in their bodies. Fang Ping seemed to be using his mentality to feel the minor vessels. Mentality could not be seen. It was shapeless and intangible, but it had a special fluctuation. Only martial artists who had come into contact with it and felt it before could sense it. Lu Fengru was a peak rank 6 martial artist. If it were by Ruashi, she would definitely not be able to sense it. This kid, what's up with him? An innate talent? Lu Fengru fell into deep thought. She had never encountered such a situation before. Did this mean that Fang Ping had a higher chance of entering Grandmaster than normal martial artists when he reached rank 6? A potential Grandmaster? Even Lu Fengru was shocked by this thought. She looked at Fang Ping deeply for a moment. Lu Fengru seemed to be thinking about something. She suddenly frowned and shook her head. Fong Ping did not know about this. Lu Fengru thought that he was using his mentality. Actually, Fong Ping did not think that way. He only listened to Lu Fengru and carefully sensed the location of his minor vessels. In the end, because he was in the energy room and there was an energy mine, Fong Ping's mentality was much more active. He was focused on sensing the minor vessels. In the end, it was as if he saw a human body structure diagram in his mind. This was also beyond Fong Ping's expectations. However, Fong Ping was not surprised. To him, this was not a big deal. When he cultivated, he could sometimes feel the meridians in his body and the flow of vitality. It was just that it was not as clear as this time. Now that he could clearly feel the location of the minor vessels, the next step was easy. Fong Ping began to use his vitality to break through these half-closed minor vessels. Too soon, Fong Ping had connected more than 10 minor vessels in a row. It's easier than I thought. What old Lu said scared me. Fong Ping's mind was slightly distracted. As he was distracted, the meridian diagram in his mind suddenly disappeared. Fong Ping's heart tightened. He immediately discarded these messy thoughts and continued to sense carefully. Lu Fengru, who was just about to attack, saw that Fong Ping's vitality had returned to normal. She sat back down and frowned slightly. This kid would not fail, would he? However, seeing that everything went smoothly for Fong Ping, Lu Fengru was relieved. An hour later, Fong Ping, who was covered in blood, suddenly reached out and swallowed the viscera-shielding pill and bone-honing pill. Lu Fengru almost cursed it out loud. The minor vessels in the spine were already connected, yet you still took pills. How afraid are you of death? Connecting the minor vessels in the sternum and ribs was not that dangerous. The probability of injuring the internal organs was extremely low. In your case, I won't give you any pills, no matter how many I have. Lu Fengru cursed in her heart. She was not as stingy as Fong Ping thought. The reason why she did not give Fong Ping pills was because this guy did not take pills. He took pills in fights, sold pills, and prepared more pills than a once-honed martial artist when he broke through. It was a waste to give pills to someone like this. 2 hours later, Fong Ping swallowed a rank 2 vitality pill to cover up. At this moment, he suddenly opened his eyes and said joyfully, "It's connected." Lu Fengru was not surprised at all. Once the 26 minor vessels in the spine were connected, she knew that there was no risk. Cultivate and consolidate on your own. I'm leaving. Instructor, I don't have any more pills to restore my vitality. Chapter 192. After another 2 hours, Fong Ping's vitality flowed smoothly in his minor vessels. At this moment, Fong Ping stopped cultivating. I'm rank 3 now. Although he was not upper stage or peak, he was definitely a rank 3 martial artist now. I started learning martial arts in mid-April of year 08. At the end of March of year 09, I entered rank 3. In less than a year, he, Fong Ping, had entered rank 3. Wang Jinyang's achievement of achieving 3 ranks in a year was calculated from the moment he entered a martial arts university, not from the moment he started learning martial arts. Even Wang Jinyang had started preparing for the martial sciences examinations in year 1. Rank 3, catacombs, elite, this series of terms echoed in his mind. The ones who died the most and died the fastest are also rank 3. Similarly, 2 other numbers flashed in his mind. In recent years, rank 3 martial artists had died the most, and they were also the type of martial artists who died the fastest. Martial arts university students started learning about the catacombs at this time. They started walking into the catacombs, and they started to face the catacombs face to face. Therefore, many martial artists died at this stage, and they died very quickly. Fong Ping shuddered when he thought of this. It was not out of fear or excitement, but an indescribable anticipation and confusion towards the unknown. Am I going to start learning about the catacombs? What is the catacombs like? Are the creatures inside the same as humans? How dangerous is the catacombs? Will they fight as soon as they meet? Questions flashed in Fong Ping's mind. He did not have time to think about these. He focused on his status wealth. 28 million vitality, 540 calories, 576 calories mentality, 430 hertz, 449 hertz, bone honing, 126 bones, 90%, 80 bones, 30%. He did not spend much wealth. Connecting minor vessels did not cost much to begin with. Fong Ping did not plan to recover his vitality either. In the energy room, he even consumed a rank 2 vitality pill. He would be an idiot to use his wealth to recover. My vitality limit has increased by 51 calories. Connecting minor vessels this time had such a huge increase. No wonder most martial artists can reach 1,000 calories vitality when they reach peak. As he spoke, Fong Ping suddenly stood up and hurried out. Reception. Teacher, I've cultivated for 4 hours. I'm checking out now. The instructor at the front desk glanced at him and said after a while, there's no such thing. It doesn't matter if it's used or not. It's all the same. Teacher, the energy mine has started to release energy. There is no way to retreat. Do you understand? Teacher, it's useless to say anything else. Fong Ping looked at the stubborn instructor and felt a little helpless. 10 credits, okay? It was very expensive. He glanced at the few people who had just entered the hall and suddenly shouted, 1 hour of cultivation time in the cultivation room. 9 credits. The instructor at the front desk was stunned for a moment. He gave Fong Ping a long look and remembered him. At Fong Ping's roar, someone asked with interest, 5 credits? I'm fighting for it. 8 credits. If you don't want it, then forget it. I'll just leave it empty. All right, deal? For martial artists, 2 credits were also precious. They would save as much as they could. Very soon, there were martial artists trading with Fong Ping. This kind of transaction required the use of a computer. In the end, the instructor at the front desk suddenly said, 1 credit per use. Fong Ping almost vomited blood. This guy, that was enough. Seeing that time was passing, Fong Ping naturally could not go outside to trade with the other party. He could only acquiesce to the instructor's words. Obviously, this credit could only be paid by Fong Ping. The martial artist doing the transaction would not pay. 7 credits. I lost a normal vitality pill. He took a deep look at one of the instructors, then looked at his badge. Songyingji. Very good, Fong Ping will remember. When I take control of MCMAU in the future, I'll arrange for you to clean the toilets and compensate me 100 times the loss of pills. Recently, he remembered a lot of people. CCMU's Fong Wenxiang owed him a high-rank pill. NMU's Wang Jinyang owed him 45 million. Now, he was MCMU's instructor Song. He owed him 100 vitality pills, grade to be determined. Songyingji saw Fong Ping looking at his badge and chuckled. My strength is average, rank 5. Do you want to spar? Forget it, instructor Song. I'm not that narrow-minded. Fong Ping grinned, looking like an obedient student. He quickly walked out of the energy room. After he left, Songyingji laughed. Good boy. I'd like to see how you're going to take revenge on me. Walking out of the energy room, Fong Ping ran into Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing was mopping the floor. Yes, mopping. Seeing Fong Ping, Qin Fengqing said awkwardly, Fong Ping, lend me 300,000. I don't have money. Fong Ping, what kind of relationship do we have? You're not going to say that. Yes. And you owe me 300,000. I'll remember that. After saying that, Fong Ping left in a hurry. Qin Fengqing was dumbfounded. He mumbled, You didn't borrow it. Did Fong Ping borrow money? Qin Fengqing could not help but glance at the supervising martial artist in the hall. The other shook his head. Don't look. I didn't pay for you. Then why do I owe him 300,000? How would I know? Mop the floor properly. Don't be lazy. Leave when someone sends you the money. You. Qin Fengqing was furious. He took out his phone and dialed a number, yelling, Zhang Yu, if you don't send me the money, I'll beat up your lover every day. Get lost. An angry curse came from the phone. Soon, the call was hung up. The supervising martial artist glanced at him. Many people had a death wish. Most of them were dead, but Qin Fengqing was still alive. It was strange. After leaving the southern area, Fang Ping went to the logistics department again. The logistics department was much quieter now. Many students had chosen to order online. Seeing Fang Ping, Old Man Li was in low spirits. Fang Ping was out of stock. He could not be bothered with him. Soon, however, Old Man Li's eyes brightened. He said with a smile, "Student Fang Ping, have you collected the credits for breaking through from rank 2 to rank 3? No. Hurry up and go. It's 200 credits. Old Man Li was very considerate. Breaking through to rank 1 would reward 50 credits, rank 2 100 credits, and rank 3 200 credits. These were all free. For a rich person like Fang Ping, now that he was rank 3, he probably would not lack credits in the future. Fang Ping did not hesitate. He collected the credits immediately. After collecting the credits, he ran over and said, 217 credits. Give me 80 normal vitality pills. Get lost. 80 pills. Fang Ping said firmly, Instructor, I've exchanged so many pills with you. Also, the platform has saved you a lot of trouble. You can't even give me a small discount? I'm not selling them. I'm giving them to our club members to fatten up. They're all aspiring martial artists. It's not easy. Old Man Li frowned slightly. Fang Ping's expression was firm. I don't have the money. Otherwise, I should give one to each of us. 108 pills. If you think 108 pills, Old Man Li was so angry that he laughed. How dare you open your mouth? The things in the exchange office are recorded. I can't give you more than you want. Nothing can be accomplished without rules. Instructor, my sister's name is Fang Yuan. She doesn't have any rules. You? Old Man Li was speechless. After a while, he said, Don't sell them anymore. If I find out, I won't. Fang Ping shook his head. It would be terrible if you found out. How could you find out? Here. After deducting all of Fang Ping's credits, he obtained 80 normal vitality pills. His wealth instantly increased by 26 million. It's 22.06 million now. Fang Ping calculated and left in a hurry. 5 minutes later, Chun Yunxi was distressed. I really don't want to buy them. I have enough pills. I don't need so many. Your parents need them. They don't need them. What about your relatives? They don't need them either. What about your friends? They don't lack pills. You? Doesn't anyone in your family need pills? Chun Yunxi was exasperated. Was this still a school? Chun Yunxi was exasperated. Sighing, Chun Yunxi was speechless. You're always selling pills. Don't you use them yourself? I need money. Then what about your cultivation? Arduous cultivation. Fang Ping was a man of few words. He was here to sell pills. There was no point in talking so much nonsense. How much? 80 pills. The market price is 8 million. Just 6 million will do. Fang Ping calculated. This way, he could increase his wealth by another 2 million. Chun Yunxi was annoyed. It's even more expensive than last time. I'm not buying. Support me. I'm almost a grandmaster. When I'm a grandmaster, I'll definitely return it to you. Fang Ping did not plan to lower the price. As for earning a few 100,000 from her, it would not be too late to return it when he became rich. You won't regret investing in me today. I'm a rank 3 now. Chun Yunxi's expression changed slightly. She said in disbelief, Rank 3? Yes, Grandmaster is not far away. I'm earning money now to prepare for entering the catacombs. Once I enter the catacombs, I don't know if I'll survive or not. As Fang Ping spoke, Yang Xiaoman suddenly pushed the door open and entered. She said excitedly, Yunxi, my instructor said he might bring us into the catacombs this summer to prepare for the future. Fang Ping. Why are you here? Fang Ping's expression changed slightly. They were really going into the catacombs. He had just said it casually. He did not expect that not only would he enter, but he would also inform the rank 2 Yang Xiaoman. Chun Yunxi was also stunned. She glanced at Fang Ping. She thought Fang Ping was just talking nonsense. She did not expect him to really enter the catacombs. Thinking of this, Chun Yunxi nodded. Then leave the pills. I'll transfer the money to you later. Okay, thanks. Fong Ping put down the pills and turned to leave. As soon as he left, Yang Xiaoman asked hurriedly, "He sold you pills again?" "Yes, he said he wants to enter the catacombs. He's short on money now, so—" "You bought them? How much did you pay for them?" Chun Yunqi was slightly embarrassed. She said softly, 7 million, 80 pills. "Oh, that's good. He didn't cheat you this time." Yang Xiaoman was slightly surprised. She did not expect Fong Ping to sell them to Chun Yunqi for less than 10% off. He was quite reliable. Chun Yunqi blushed slightly. 600,000 was just spare change. It was better than being laughed at by Xiaoman. Fong Ping was not interested in the conversation between the two. At this moment, he was only thinking about entering the catacombs. The summer vacation was not far away. Ma Shan had entered April. It was only 3 months away from the summer vacation. 3 months. He was thinking about whether he could achieve upper stage rank 3 in 3 months when Fu Chanding walked toward him. Seeing Fong Ping in the corridor, he asked in surprise, "Where did you go this morning?" "Nowhere." "What's up?" "Just now, my instructor said that in June, the school will organize a group of rank 2 martial artists to enter the catacombs. Recently, the special training classes will be reorganized. The classes will continue and mainly teach knowledge about the catacombs." "In June?" "Yes. That means it's less than 3 months. Fu Chanding heard that and said, "Don't worry. It's the first time. They won't go too deep. Also, there's an instructor with you. It's very safe. Stop raising flags." Fong Ping complained. The more he said that, the easier it was for something to happen. He had to be more careful. It was better to rely on himself than on others. Fu Chanding and the others were out of their minds, but he was not. In the catacombs, where modern technology was not available, transportation was done by walking and communication was done by shouting. It was all too common for instructors and students to get lost. Rather than relying on instructors to protect him, he might as well rely on himself. Also, he had to make a trip to the southern area as soon as possible to memorize the topographic map, lest he got lost and could not find his way back. Also, he had to stock up on some wealth and vitality pills. He had to change his weapon. Maybe a C-Class 1 would be more suitable. Also, he had to ask some regulars in the catacombs how to survive more safely. The task was heavy. Fu Chanding was speechless when he saw how worried Fong Ping was. Did this guy have to be like this? Fong Ping ignored him and walked out directly. He had to make a trip to the company. At the same time, MCMEU, Vice-Chancellor's office. Huang Jing said respectfully, "Instructor, I've already informed the others that MCMEU will organize 100 rank 2 martial artists to enter the catacombs this time. When these people survive in the catacombs smoothly, I think they'll become a powerful elite team of martial artists in no time." Sigh. The old vice-chancellor sighed softly and mumbled, "Rank 2, they're still children. Students are all children, but children need to bear the responsibilities they're supposed to bear. For now, we'll only let them move around in the areas that have already been cleared. The level of danger is not high." The old vice-chancellor did not say anything else. He thought for a while and said, "Make arrangements in advance. Don't go into the catacombs without knowing anything. Also, when the time comes, you'll protect them secretly." Huang Jing frowned slightly, but he still nodded. Right now, 22 entrances are already stretched thin. I don't know if one more entrance can hold up. I only hope that in the next 1 or 2 years, more elite martial artists will emerge. The old vice-chancellor sighed and continued, "The situation in other areas isn't looking too good either. Have you seen the news? In the African area, a government has launched missiles." "Yes, I've seen it. The local catacombs entrance should have been breached. I'm afraid it'll be difficult to cover up the catacombs incident any longer. Some countries can't withstand the pressure. Right now, they need every citizen to be a soldier in order to withstand it. Once it's made public, I'm afraid we won't be able to see the peaceful lives of humans anymore." The old vice-chancellor sighed again. Huang Jing said calmly, "Maybe this is also a new opportunity. After all, martial artists are the minority. If this goes on, Sino Nation won't be able to withstand it. We can only use human lives to fill the gap. We can rely on numbers to give martial artists time to breathe. These words were very cold-blooded, but the vice-chancellor did not say anything. When the time came, this was the only choice they could make. Not thinking about this anymore, the old vice-chancellor said again, "The government may support the local area. This is a disaster for all mankind. Let some of the instructors prepare." Huang Jing wanted to say something, but stopped. The old vice-chancellor shook his head and said, "At least at this time, we can't just sit back and watch unless we can't hold it anymore. All right. I hope everyone can return safely." Chapter 193. Prosperity Building. Fong Ping went straight into the company. At this moment, Distance finally had a front desk. Seeing Fong Ping, the new receptionist did not know him and was about to stop him when Li Qingze came out to greet him. "Mr. Fong, let's talk inside." Fong Ping did not stop and quickly entered Li Qingze's office. As soon as they entered, one of the employees in the office area whispered, "That person just now is our boss, right?" "Yes, it's him. MCMEU's genius, the champion of the previous national championship. Dongxing Company was acquired by us because CEO Fong defeated Dongxing's boss. CEO Fong was rank 1 before, but I heard he's already rank 2 now." "Rank 2? Someone was speechless. This boss of theirs was shockingly young. His freshman year was not even over yet. CEO Fong rarely comes here, but our company hasn't been making any money. I wonder if CEO Fong will come." Some people were worried, but others said confidently, "It's okay. We'll make money sooner or later." CEO Fong has a lot of influence, especially in MCMEU. His connections are terrifying. The online shopping platform we made before is now used by MCMEU. Think about it. If he didn't have that much influence, would MCMEU use our platform? CEO Fong won't be so short-sighted. Although they were talking, their voices were very soft. They did not dare to make any noise. They were all watching Li Qingze's office from the corner of their eyes. Inside the office, Fong Ping looked at the information. After a while, he said, "You've expanded to the South Contribution District?" "Yes. The food ordering platform and express delivery point have been set up in the South Contribution District. Since you defeated Wei Dongxing and displayed your strength in the national championship, many people have heard of your name. Some of the troubles from before have disappeared." "The strength I displayed before was only rank 1. Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "In a few days, the Martial Arts University's rank 2 ranking list will be updated. When that time comes, I'll probably be in the top 20. You can publicize it a little." Rank 2 ranking list. Li Qingze was stunned. He knew that Fong Ping had broken through rank 2. However, Fong Ping had broken through not long ago. The rank 2 ranking list only included 100 people. There were 100,000 martial arts universities in the country. Most of them were rank 1 and aspiring martial artists, accounting for nearly 90%. Rank 2 accounted for the remaining 90%, close to 10,000 people. With the same decreasing ratio, there were only about 1,000 rank 3 martial arts university students, distributed among various martial arts universities. These were the cream of the crop of martial arts university students. There were 100 people in the ranking list. Fong Ping had gone from rank 1 to the front ranks of rank 2 in such a short time. Fong Ping chuckled. Although rank 2 isn't much, the martial artists on the rank 2 ranking list are at least equivalent to the strength of a normal middle stage rank 3 martial artist. I think the others can understand this. Unless a martial artist of upper stage rank 3 and above comes looking for trouble, even then they'd have to consider if I, an MCMU rookie, am that easy to bully. My instructor is a peak rank 6 martial artist, and he has a grandmaster powerhouse behind him. Fong Ping was an expert at bluffing. There was no need to be too thorough, just a little reminder. One was a peak rank 6, and the other was a grandmaster. With such a lineup, who would be stupid enough to find trouble with a small company? If Fong Ping was a rank 1 martial artist, everyone might not think that his instructors in martial arts universities would be useful. However, he had made it to the front ranks of the rank 2 ranking list so quickly. Even MCMU's leaders would pay attention to a prodigy like this. Naturally, smart people would understand this. When Li Qingze heard what he said, his face lit up with excitement. He said hurriedly, "You mean? Expand?" Fong Ping said in a low voice. The previous steps were too small, too slow. From now on, carry out the expansion of Magic City. Have you done a budget? How much money do you need to carry out the layout of Magic City now? You mean the express delivery and catering? That's right. Another 20 million. That'll be enough. Li Qingze was also slightly excited. He hurriedly reported a number. Fong Ping glanced at him. From the beginning until now, he had invested more than 15 million. However, up until now, the layout of 2 districts had not been completed. MCMEU had a total of 6 districts. Now that they had completed the layout, it actually only required 20 million. It was not that Fong Ping had to pay more because he had more money, but he was considering whether it would be a problem to spend so much money in the early stages. He had always wanted to find someone to supervise. It was not Fong Ping's personality to monopolize power and hand it over to one person. Even blood brothers had to settle accounts clearly, but he did not have a suitable candidate in Magic City for this. However, considering that the early stages were already more expensive, the various preparatory work, the construction of the platform, and the establishment of channels all required money. It was not impossible to spend more. Even if he had doubts in his heart, Fong Ping would not show it on his face. He heard what was said and said, 20 million can complete the layout in Magic City. What about the time? About 3 months. Too slow. Fong Ping was not very satisfied. He thought for a moment and said, "Speed up. It's best to solve the problem within a month." This, increasing the intensity of publicity, is nothing more than spending more money. There's no need to save small amounts. I'll transfer another 20 million to the company's account later. However, I won't invest any more money in the future expansion. In the early stages, our scale is small and the loans are not much. It's a waste of time. When the scale is larger, financing and loans are both ways to solve the problem. When the layout in Magic City is complete, prepare people to go to River City in Nanjiang to open up the market. I've also spoken to a few students from NMAU. When we get there, they'll probably be martial artists by then. If necessary, you can look for NMAU's Martial Arts Society president, Wang Jinyang, to solve the problem, so you don't have to worry about trouble. Then, about the legal representative, developing across provinces required a middle-rank martial artist to oversee the operation. I won't consider this when I'm not ranked for yet. Fong Ping did not care too much. By the time he reached Nanjiang, it would probably be the next semester. By then, he might not be unable to enter rank 4. If he really did not enter, it was fine too. There were many ways to solve these problems. Whether it was looking for Wang Jinyang or Lu Fengru, it was just a small price to pay. Li Qingze was stunned again. How confident was the boss to say that he would consider this when he had not reached rank 4? Fong Ping saw the situation and laughed. "What are you looking at? I've already entered rank 3, but there's no need to tell the public. After entering rank 3, I'm just a nobody. Now that I'm maintaining my rank 2 reputation, I can at least show my face on the ranking list." Of course, this would not last long. In April, when the ranking list was updated, he would probably be there. By May, Fong Ping would probably not be there. After he broke through, he collected his credits from MCMAU. The ranking update had already entered the system. It was the end of the month now, so the ranking list should not be updated. However, Fong Ping would definitely not be in the next update. If he disappeared from the ranking list, those who really paid attention to him would know that he, Fong Ping, had entered rank 3. What Fong Ping needed to do was to make himself stronger in this time gap. Rank 3. Li Qingze was stunned. Rank 3 already? When he met Fong Ping, he was an aspiring martial artist. At that time, it was August 2008. It was not even April 9th yet. This was too fast. When he first chose to rely on Fong Ping, it was also because he saw Fong Ping's identity as an MCMEU student and his twice-own potential. Who knew that Fong Ping would improve faster than he imagined? No, much faster. Fong Ping ignored him. He took out a small bottle from his pocket and placed it on the table. "Here are 5 normal vitality pills. Your vitality wasn't too weak in the first place. Now, it should be above 135 calories, right? Mr. Fong, this become a martial artist soon. Back then, I said that I would make you a martial artist in 3 years. If you use 5 vitality pills, there's hope for your vitality to reach 150 calories. Of course, don't count on twice honing. Li Qingzi said hurriedly. I dare not hope for that. What a joke. Going from 150 calories to 180 calories was much harder than going from 100 calories to 150 calories. The consumption was also much higher. He was not young anymore. Even if he was still young, he would not keep waiting for a twice-honed who did not know if there would be any results. When your vitality reaches 150 calories and you break through, if I'm not a middle-rank martial artist yet, I'll help you find a middle-rank martial artist to help you break through. As for the pills you need to break through, Li Qingzi said immediately, I have some savings of my own. We'll talk about it when the time comes. Fong Ping did not say that he would definitely prepare them for him. There was no such thing as a free lunch. Li Qingzi had to at least show his value. Currently, his value had already been depleted. In less than a year, Fong Ping had already given him 6 normal vitality pills. Everything had to be given in order to be rewarded. Expand as soon as possible. Speed first. Also, if anyone wants financing, give me a call. I'll consider it. Distance's value could not be reflected now. At least looking at its net assets, it had always been in a state of loss. Whether or not it could increase his wealth would depend on how much others perceived it. All right, I'll let you know immediately if there's any news. Fong Ping did not say anything else. As he walked out of the company, he thought for a while and mumbled, I need to find someone to balance things out. Who should I find? The company was getting bigger and bigger, and the investments were also increasing. To put it bluntly, if he died in the catacombs one day, even if his family found out about the company, they might not be able to get their hands on it. When that happened, would it not benefit others? Also, I hope that this kind of peaceful life can last for a few more years. Fong Ping prayed. If there was an upheaval, it would not matter if it was on a small scale, but if it was on a large scale, then the business system would probably be affected. When that happened, unless it was a business that dealt in daily necessities or martial artist necessities, other businesses would probably go bankrupt. I've invested $35 million in total. I wonder if anyone is willing to pay a high price for financing. Fong Ping sighed again. If a rich person came along and valued him at a few billion, maybe after the financing was completed, he would immediately have a few billion more wealth. There was one thing that was especially good about the system. It only calculated the current value. Even if the value dropped to an unsightly level, his wealth would not be reclaimed. What Fong Ping needed to do was to maximize the current value. As for what would happen in the end, that was not within his consideration. If society was really in chaos, money would not be of much use. Those institutions' investments were the same no matter who. Just as he was thinking about this, Fong Ping's phone vibrated. Without looking at the message, Fong Ping knew that Chun Yunqi's money had been transferred to his account. His wealth had increased by another 2 million, reaching 24.06 million. The cash he had on him had also exceeded 30 million, reaching 34.6 million. Transferred 20 million to the company, leaving 24.06 million in wealth, 14.6 million in cash, and 5 normal vitality pills. This was the bottle that Pan Xiaoyang had given him previously. Fong Ping did not sell it just now. According to the system's bone honing consumption, honing 1 bone requires 600,000 wealth. There are only 51 torso bones, so about 30 million wealth should be enough, Fong Ping calculated in his mind again. However, Fong Ping had a hunch that this would not go according to his expectations. He did not know about the ribs and sternum, but the spine was one of the most important bones in the human body, second only to the skull. Countless rank 3 martial artists had reached a bottleneck when honing their spine, wasting endless time and resources. How could the system allow him to quickly complete the honing of the spine at the speed of 600,000 wealth for 1 bone? I'll know when I try later. Without thinking about this, Fong Ping rushed to the university again. That night, Fong Ping also received a notice from the university. On the 1st of April, the university reorganized the special training classes. This time, the special training classes were not targeted at the new students, but at all the rank 2 martial artists in the university. There were many rank 2 martial artists in MCMAU, close to 1,000. It could be said that the big two, MCMAU and CCMAU, had at least 10 or more rank 2 and rank 2 martial artists in SNMAU. There were close to 1,000 rank 2s. Not everyone had received the notice. Fong Ping did not know the exact number. However, a few rank 2 martial artists in the freshman year received the notice. As the best of the new students, they were obviously not comparable to the rank 2 martial artists in their junior and senior years. Rank 2 martial artists, Fong Ping mumbled. Should I go? Should I go? I'm a rank 3. However, he could only think about it. He had entered rank 3. If even rank 2 martial artists were forcibly recruited, it was even more so for him as a rank 3. Rather than being with other rank 3 martial artists, it was better to mix in with the rank 2 martial artists. At least it would be much safer. Fong Ping did not believe that the university would send so many rank 2 elites to their deaths. The university, on the other hand, did not care much about rank 3 martial artists. Also, there will definitely be benefits. Rank 3 martial artists might not. They have to take on the missions themselves. After thinking this through, Fong Ping did not have any objections to joining the special training classes. He was a rank 3. When faced with danger, he would be more resilient than the rank 2 martial artists. Fong Ping did not care about the text anymore. He focused and continued practicing his stance, trying to hone his bones with the system. However, as soon as he honed his bones, Fong Ping's face turned green. He did not know if it was because his sternum was too big or if the system was cheating him again. He had just increased the honing progress by 1% when he stopped immediately. 30,000 wealth points. Fong Ping's face darkened. It was only 10,000 before, but now it had multiplied several times. If that's the case, doesn't one bone cost 8 million? Then 51 bones would be close to 100 million wealth points. Who said that cultivating to upper stage rank 3 would cost 100 million? Fong Ping complained. Entering rank 3 and cultivating to upper stage rank 3 would definitely cost a lot of money, but it would not be 100 million. Not to mention, he had not calculated anything else. Vitality still had to be honed along with the body. For a normal person to grind from aspiring martial artist to rank 1, 1 million was enough. From rank 1 to rank 2, 10 million was more than enough. From rank 2 to rank 3, the consumption was not as great as from rank 1 to rank 2. Rank 1 and 2 martial artists could actually be seen as the same rank. Their bones were all honed in the limbs. In other words, 30 million was enough for a normal person to become a rank 3 martial artist. Of course, the time was uncertain. It was normal to spend a few decades. From rank 3 to peak rank 3, the consumption would increase greatly. It would at least be close to 40 to 50 million. If the resources consumed by a peak rank 3 martial artist were converted to money, it would be worth close to 100 million. This was the reason why Sino Nation allocated so much money to martial arts universities every year. Most of the funds were used on these martial artists. Rank 1 and 2, on the other hand, did not receive much subsidies. In order to speed up and rush for time, Fong Ping had actually used up a lot of money. It was comparable to the consumption of a normal person to peak rank 3. In the end, he only realized now that the consumption would be even higher. Doesn't this mean that when I reach peak rank 3, I'll have to spend at least twice as much as a normal person? More than 200 million? Fong Ping felt a little helpless. If he had money, he would not care. There were gains and losses. If he improved quickly, he did not mind spending a little more money. Others would not even think about it. There were many rich people, but simply throwing money at it did not mean that one could become a powerhouse. There was still hope in the 3 lower ranks, but after entering the 3 middle ranks, it was no longer a matter of money. In reality, even a rank 3 martial artist who honed their spine did not rely solely on money. They also had to rely on talent. Of course, it was different with resources. The other party could enter the energy room, feel the condition of the bones more easily, and recover vitality more easily. This was also an advantage, but most people could not afford this price. More than 20 million wealth is only enough for me to hone more than 10 bones. I can't even enter middle stage rank 3. Fong Ping felt a little helpless. What should he do next? He had used up all the cash and wealth he had. There was a chance that he could enter middle stage rank 3, but there was no way he could enter upper stage rank 3. I'll take it one step at a time. I don't know if the special training class has a lot of benefits this time. If there is, maybe it'll be my chance to enter upper stage rank 3. Fong Ping did not use his wealth to hone his bones. Using wealth to hone bones had its pros and cons. Now that he did not have much wealth, he would not go on missions for the time being. At this time, relying on his own vitality to nourish and hone his bones was also a preparation for the future. Moreover, Fong Ping also considered that if he could not achieve upper stage rank 3, using his wealth to cultivate combat techniques would be more appropriate. Chapter 194. In the next few days, Fong Ping relied on himself to nurture and hone his bones. From the 27th to the 1st of April, Fong Ping only completed honing his sternum after 5 days. At this rate, it would take him more than 8 months to reach upper stage rank 3. Actually, this speed was already shocking. It would only be the end of the year after 8 months. However, Fong Ping was extremely dissatisfied. The genius martial artists he knew all progressed very quickly. Old Wang aside, Qin Fengqing had already reached peak rank 3. In January of 2008, he was only peak rank 1. In July, he had stepped into rank 3. From the beginning of rank 3 to peak rank 3, it had only been 8 months. This was in addition to the cultivation time during his peak period. As for CLA, he achieved rank 3 in October of 2008. Now he was upper stage rank 3. It had only taken him about half a year. These genius martial artists improved extremely quickly at this stage. Fong Ping was a thrice-honed martial artist. His speed should not have been slow. Now he seemed to be slower than CLA. CLA must have had other opportunities. How do those rank 5 students cultivate? Fong Ping was really curious now. How did these rank 5 students do this? Even Wang Jinyang was about to be a junior. Could he achieve rank 5 in his senior year? Maybe, but Fong Ping did not believe that he could achieve rank 6 before graduation. They all have opportunities. Fong Ping sighed. He had the system, but the others had their own family background and other opportunities. It was not easy to shorten the distance between them quickly. 1st of April, Wednesday. As soon as Fong Ping arrived at the classroom, Fu Changding came over and said, "The rank 2 ranking has been updated. You're only 18th. They're looking down on you." Fong Ping turned his head to look at him. Oh. He did not say anything else. "Aren't you angry?" Fong Ping was not in the mood to pay attention to him. "Next month, you'll find out that I have no ranking. Won't you be angry?" He had told Chen Yunxi that he had achieved rank 3. However, Chen Yunxi was a taciturn person. Unlike the others who kept their mouths shut, no one knew that Fong Ping had achieved rank 3. Most of MCMU's instructors knew, but they were not talkative. Until now, Fu Changding and the others still thought that Fong Ping was rank 2. Fong Ping, among the top 20 in the rankings, 6 of them are MCMU students. Other than you, there are 5 others. 3 of them are in the top 10. Do you want to challenge them and increase your ranking? I know that when the special training class is reorganized, they will also enter. Oh. If they're all in the same class, I think they'll have to face each other sooner or later. For example, choosing a class monitor or something, and then giving some credits. Can you just watch as someone else takes it away? Yes. Fong Ping, does this mean that you're ready to challenge them? Fu Changding said excitedly. Then I'll get everyone from our class to cheer for you. Fong Ping glanced at him. After a while, he said, "Why are you so excited?" This guy had just arrived, and he was already setting up a target for him. Something was wrong. Fu Changding was at a loss for words. Beside him, Tang Songting said calmly, 2 days ago, he was sparring with someone in the martial arts society and was beaten up. It was Chen Pengfei, who is currently ranked 8th. Fong Ping said in surprise, "You've got guts. You actually dared to spar with the top 10 martial artists on the rank 2 ranking list?" A rank 2 martial artist had to hone a total of 126 bones. A rank 1 martial artist who honed their lower limbs could only be considered a middle-stage martial artist with 93 bones honed. A rank 1 martial artist who honed their upper limbs could only be considered a middle-stage martial artist with 95 bones honed. Fu Chanting had 71 bones honed in mid-February. Less than 50 days had passed, and his progress was not slow. He had honed 88 bones, an average of 1 every 3 days. However, he had not reached middle stage rank 2 yet. Challenging a martial artist who was stronger than Gu Xiong now was courting death. Fu Chanting said sheepishly, "No way. Chow Chow just likes to make fun of me." Tang Songting snorted. He hated that bastard Fu Chanting had given him this nickname. He's suffering because of his pride. A few days ago, the vice president of the Martial Arts Society, Qin Fengqing, fought with the president. Qin Fengqing claimed that he was invincible among rank 3 martial artists. He said that Zhang Yu was a rank 3 and that he could beat him until he called for his father. In the end, President Qin was carried out of the Martial Arts Society. Fu Chanting was there too. He had to copy President Qin and say that he was invincible among rank 2 martial artists. That's not all, but he said that the rank 2 ranking was just for show. Now you know what happened. Fong Ping was stunned. He asked in surprise, "You didn't get beaten to death?" He was asking for it. Were these guys so irascible now? Fong Ping knew that Qin Fengqing said he was invincible among rank 3 martial artists. He was there too. However, Qin Fengqing was a peak rank 3 martial artist, which was why he was so arrogant. The current Qin Fengqing was ranked 14th on the rank 3 ranking list. He had proven his strength. Fu Chanting, on the other hand, was only an early-stage rank 2 martial artist. Even if he wanted to die, he could not do so, right? Fu Chanting said gloomily, "Don't listen to his nonsense." Who said he was invincible among rank 2 martial artists? I'm talking about when I was peak rank 2. In the end, these guys just ignored the words peak rank 2. Then that Shin Pingfei happened to be in the Martial Arts Society too. Damn it. He went too far and provoked me on purpose. Fu Chanting said indignantly, "I lost, but I didn't lose. How could I admit defeat?" Then they started fighting. "You were hit, not fighting," Tang Songting said mockingly. Fu Chanting said impatiently, "Who was hit? I hit him too." "Yes. Aren't you ashamed? You were spanked in front of everyone." Fong Ping almost choked on his own saliva. He asked quickly, "What happened?" "Shut up." Fu Chanting panicked. Tang Songting said with a smile, "Fong Ping, you're the only one who doesn't know about this since you've been so secretive these few days. Actually, it's been known for a long time." Qin Pengfei also knew that he was much stronger than Fu Chanting, so he didn't want to do anything to him. But what's more embarrassing is that Qin Pengfei used the back of his saber to slash his buttocks dozens of times. Didn't you notice that he's been practicing his stance in class these few days? Fong Ping heard this and quickly looked down at his buttocks. Fu Chanting was furious. He glared at Tang Songting fiercely and twisted his buttocks uncomfortably. He said dryly, "It's been fine for a long time. I hit him too." Fong Ping could not help but laugh. He said, "Then you encourage me to cause trouble for him?" "What do you mean encouraged? Let me ask you, if there's really a class monitor election, will you fight for it? It depends on whether the benefits are enough. Then there's that. Who wouldn't fight when a martial artist sees benefits? He's ranked 8th, and you're only 18. Do you think he'll let you have it?" Fu Chanting explained, "That's why you're destined to fight him. I'm just reminding you. It has nothing to do with me. I probably won't be able to fight him. It depends." Fong Ping did not say anything else. If he was an upper stage rank 3, Qin Pengfei would be an idiot to fight him. However, he had just entered early stage rank 3. With the benefits, Qin Pengfei might not be afraid of Fong Ping's rank 3 abilities. They chatted for a while. Fu Chanting could not help but say, "Fong Ping, you're improving too fast. I've only honed 88 bones so far. I still need 28 more to enter peak rank 2. It'll take at least 3 months, maybe July or August. If I want to break through rank 3, I'll probably have to wait until school starts. They did not count as achieving rank 3 in a year. These people were already martial artists before they entered martial arts universities. When the next semester started, even if they entered rank 3, they would only be considered rank 2 in a year. Compared to Fong Ping, Fu Chanding felt that his progress was abnormally slow. He felt that it was slow. Tang Songding said quietly, "I've only honed 75 bones." Compared to Fu Chanding, the gap was even bigger. If he wanted to enter peak rank 2, he might have to wait until the end of the first semester of his sophomore year. The difference between once honed and twice honed was slowly becoming apparent, even if everyone cultivated the same way. Hearing their conversation, Zhao Xueme, who was sitting in the front row, suddenly said, "I've only honed $70." The difference was even more obvious. Zhao Xueme was already a martial artist when she entered university. She had honed a limb, which meant that she had only honed 40 bones after so many days. 7 months, $40. To reach peak rank 2, she would need at least a year or so. Entering peak rank 2 by the end of sophomore year and rank 3 by junior year was the standard of an outstanding student in MCMAU. In MCMAU, those who could enter rank 3 in junior year were considered outstanding. Compared to Zhao Xueme and the others, those who could reach rank 3 before graduation were considered young elites. Fu Chanding and the others who were twice honed had hopes of entering rank 4 before graduation. They were the true prodigies. If Fong Ping was not around, everyone would think that their progress was not slow. No one would think that they were bad if they reached rank 3 or 4 before graduation. However, at this moment, everyone felt that they were too slow. Fong Ping noticed her dejected tone and said helplessly, "Don't compare yourself to me. I'm different from you guys. My family is poor, so I have to be even more outstanding." Everyone looked down on him. Fu Chanding scolded, "If you say you're poor again, we'll beat you up." "Really? The teacher is here." They only ended their conversation when the teacher entered the door. Fong Ping felt helpless. "I'm really poor. Why don't you believe me? I'm poor, so I have to work harder. You guys have to understand." The class made Fong Ping want to doze off a little. Even the basic martial arts class, that was the real basics. Even now, they were still talking about the cultivation of firm stance, rank 1 bone honing, and basic combat techniques. Fong Ping felt that he was too outstanding. Other than the few of them, the rest of the newbies were still working hard to enter peak rank 1. These people were all geniuses in the outside world. If they were not geniuses, how could they enter MCMAU? So I'm already this outstanding. Fong Ping sighed softly. This is not giving others a way out. No wonder everyone hates me. It's obvious jealousy. The class ended in a daze. In the afternoon's natural geography class, Fong Ping was the most enthusiastic one. He studied seriously, and the people around him were all stunned. Fong Ping took notes and actively raised his hand to ask the teacher all sorts of questions. In one class, Fong Ping asked questions for half of the class. In martial arts universities, social sciences were not very valued. The geography teacher was also a martial artist, but he was only at rank 2. In MCMAU, the teachers who had just entered rank 2 were social sciences teachers. Usually, everyone was dozing off in class. The geography teacher was happy when Fong Ping asked. The two of them were so engrossed in their conversation that they almost forgot that they were still in class. So, it's easy to tell the direction. After the geography class, Fong Ping felt that he had gained a lot. It was okay if there was no sun. It was okay if there was no North Star. It was okay if the compass was useless. I can tell the direction by looking at the direction of the plant's growth, their density, and the tree rings. Fong Ping felt that he had gained a lot. Fu Chanding, who had just walked over, suddenly said, "You have no sense of direction?" "Nonsense. Are you afraid of getting lost in the catacombs?" Fu Chanding said in shock, "You're done for. Don't ever get lost, or you'll definitely get lost. The direction telling the teacher is only for situations where the sun is present. The direction of the sun's light is the basis for plants to tell the direction. There's no sun in the catacombs. I heard that there's only a gigantic energy or that acts as the sun. Although it's like the sun, it can rise and set, and it can also provide energy for all living things to grow. Maybe the energy released by the energy or is balanced, which means that the plants won't have a dark side. What you've learned is useless. Fong Ping was stunned. Yes, that seemed to be the case. Fu Changding looked at him sympathetically, patted his shoulder, and said regretfully, "Remember, you have to move with us. If you get lost, you won't be able to walk back." A person with no sense of direction, walking in a place where he could not tell the direction at all, would definitely get lost unless he had a point of reference. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. "I have a sense of direction. It's just that I don't know the way. Also, are there no buildings in the catacombs? No signs? The energy sun can also be used as a sign. There's no need to worry at all." "I hope so. The only thing I'm afraid of is that their sun will always be above your head." Fu Changding hit him mercilessly. Fong Ping did not expect this, but the next moment, he nodded and said, "I'll ask tonight." If it was really above his head, then he would have to be careful. Seeing Fong Ping leave in a hurry, Fu Changding grinned happily. "You deserve this, kid." Before this, he had thought that Fong Ping was better than him in every aspect, but now it seemed that he was not without flaws. At night, the special training class gathered for the first time. It was different from the last time when they were all freshmen. This time, there were very few familiar faces. Most of them were unfamiliar faces. Among the freshmen, there were a total of 9 people participating. Fong Ping, Zhao Lei, Fu Changding, Yang Xiaoman, Chen Yunxi, Zhao Shumei, Tang Sonting, Li Zhaoxiu, and Jin Lei. In the 10-man championship team, Sui Kai had just entered peak rank 1 a few days ago, and had not entered rank 2 yet. This was related to the severity of his injuries. In the championship finals, Sui Kai fought against the heavily injured Fong Wenxiang, but he was also severely injured. His recovery time was slower than the others. There were 9 freshmen, and the remaining 91 people came from different years. Fong Ping did not know any of them. He did not know them, but Fu Changding and the others knew many of them. They were even members of the Martial Arts Society. Among them, Fong Ping was the only one who was not. Jin Lei and the others had also joined the Martial Arts Society after entering rank 2. According to Fu Changding, out of the 100 students present, 99 of them were from the Martial Arts Society. The only one was self-explanatory. Fong Ping did not care. He curled his lips and said, "I'm not going to be a soldier." Why would he join the Martial Arts Society now? If he entered upper stage or peak rank 3, he would at least be a vice president. He might even be the president. What benefits did being a soldier bring other than being a member of the Martial Arts Society? Fu Changding and the others had joined for a long time, but after 7 months, they had only received 3 normal vitality pills. They also had to do free work for the Martial Arts Society. This included hosting the students' sparring, maintaining the school grounds, and daily patrols. There were many things to do, and they had to attend meetings often. Although Fong Ping felt that it would be a waste not to take advantage of the free benefits, there were too many troublesome things. It was better to cultivate in peace. "We want you to become the president immediately." "Too bad, there's no chance." That might not be true. Fong Ping thought about whether he could kill Zhang Yu by exhausting his vitality when he entered peak rank 3. If he won, it might not be impossible for him to become the president. Yang Xiaoman was speechless. "You should defeat Qin Fengqing first, then talk about the president." "He wants to be the president, but I haven't seen him for a few days. He's probably still recuperating. It'll happen sooner or later." "How early is sooner?" "Qin Fengqing will be in his senior year next semester. Don't tell me you want to wait for him to graduate?" Fong Ping ignored her. How could a sparrow and a swallow know the ambition of a swan? You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.